This weather report is brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It'll be a mostly cloudy Friday. Showers this morning will progress into the afternoon. There's a chance of thunder showers and hail in some areas, and highs are going to hit the mid-40s today. American Standard Heating and Air sets the standard for in-home comfort. Now up to $1,000 off or 60 months special financing. Visit AmericanStandardNW.com for participating dealers, program eligibility, details and restrictions, subject to credit approval. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Well, it was bound to happen someday. It is 5:46. I'm Danny Bonaducci. This is KZOK. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Is that thing always in your face like that?
Is what thing
There's
always
a
in my
computer
face?
screen or some such thing.
No, I'm leaning over, adjusting my headphone level so you don't see me as well.
Yeah, I don't see your lovely face. I see your lovely part.
Well, what is
about
I
that?
see your lovely hairline.
I want to see your lovely part.
It's right over there. It's on the top of her head.
Not sure I've seen her lovely part before.
Oh, yeah, it's a part, and it's right there. Look,
Okay.
on one side, you'll see a bunch of hair.
Oh.
But on the other side of it, you'll see a bunch of hair.
That kind of part.
They call that a part.
I got you.
All right. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thanks.
I'm glad to hear that, kids.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, then. I think we're all here. So, when I said it was bound to happen, apparently, unbeknownst to me, I become a pretty hot porn star.
Is that right?
That is right.
Really?
Now, if you look at some of the internet porn that claims to be me,
Yeah.
it doesn't even look anything like me. One of those dudes is black. We can get by in a lineup on that one. But you've seen some of that.
I've seen a Partridge Family
porn,
parody,
things
yeah.
like that. It's parody. But some guy's called himself Dan with his who's it's hanging out. It's bound to throw you.
Yeah.
But I've never done any porn. Don't plan
You
to
thought
do
about it,
any
though, right?
porn. It did occur to me at one point when I was living outdoors. I was offered a fair amount of money to do a Partridge Family thing, and I said, "Nope." That seems to be like something you don't come back from.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm the star of food porn.
Ah.
Were you aware of this stuff?
I was aware of this.
This has you were aware of me being a porn star, food star?
Isn't it from your son?
No, from an ex-girlfriend. Yeah, that's definitely wasn't. But I don't think she does I've never seen it. Does she do a porn thing?
It's, I think, you and food, and it's all pictures of you and food, and a lot of people find that to be sexy.
Well, of course.
I mean, it's you.
It's me
Yeah.
and food.
And food.
Two of my favorite things right there.
Right.
Me, a little more of me.
Yeah.
Some of me, and some food.
Sounds
But
sexy
this
to
is
me.
a different one?
Yeah, well, this is a different, again, I'm finding all this stuff out is I never looked into the internet and people saying they're me or doing anything weird with me. This one is all me, or the two I could find are all me, but I don't even know where they get the videotape. Like, a lot of it looks like they were at a restaurant when I was at a restaurant and just started filming me.
Oh,
and
creepy.
then put weird music to it.
That's creepy.
Yeah. And as my day goes, it's not really that creepy. I don't approve of it. Just mostly because it says the word porn and they were sneaky.
Is it
Yeah.
manipulated, though, or is it just you at a restaurant?
It's
Or
me
is
at
it
a
you
restaurant.
doing stuff at
No,
a restaurant?
it's me eating food at a restaurant.
The idea that there's video footage that you weren't aware of.
And then,
Makes it creepy.
See, that's the thing I was going to say. Food porn and otherwise. Turns out there's a fair amount of that.
Just video of you out there.
Video, still pictures. Amy just came across one in a elevator where she remembers being there, and the shot is from down below, so it was a kid, a midget, or somebody hiding a camera. Any one of those three will do, especially if you're playing the game of Clue.
It's so easy to do now. People just are constantly starting their phones and filming people. It's weird.
Well, I was trying to take a secret picture the other day, and I felt real pressure. Remember the girl that was almost naked in the lobby of my hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I thought, she wants me to react. She's running around in her underwear on the streets of Tacoma with other friends dressed likewise.
Yeah.
I could say, could I take your picture? But that really wasn't the point. I was trying to bother my wife. Remember, I came downstairs and she said something about avoid all the naked
Right,
women.
right.
And I went downstairs, there's a bunch of naked women. I got you now.
The weird thing is you're probably not going to get caught because people are so used to everyone having their phones out,
Right.
holding their phones. But you do feel really nervous that you're taking a picture of someone that doesn't know.
When somebody, let's say you, turn around right now and
Yeah.
face the other direction. There's a friend of you taking a picture of you. And they kind of lean out a little bit. They're actually taking a picture of what's behind you, which in this case would be me. Amy and I see that happen. Oh, it's really weird.
I did that not too long ago. When I was in Mexico, I saw a famous baseball player, and I said, "You've got to take his picture." And Matt said, "I can't just take his picture." And so we held the camera out and we posed like we were taking a
Right.
selfie.
Yeah.
And totally took a picture of Bartolo Colon and sent it to everybody we knew.
Which I love that guy. He smells so fresh. But he was aware, would be my guess.
Do you think?
Yeah.
We
yeah.
thought we were doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I don't think that is the case. But anyway, so yesterday, Amy made me a fried egg sandwich using
Yum.
your eggs, Paul.
Oh, awesome.
Do you know what your eggs have that separate them from a lot of other eggs?
What's that?
Gigantic yolks.
They are pretty big. yeah.
Crazy gigantic yolks. And so I don't know why she was taking a video of me. I don't know why she was doing that. Oh, maybe she meant to put it on Twitter. I have no idea. Anyway, I bite into this thing, and it friggin' explodes. It goes crazy. I'm very shocked that there's that much yolk in one little egg, although the eggs are kind of big. So Amy put it up on the internet, on Twitter, and then we got this huge reaction to it. Apparently she'd put up the word or initials mukbang.
I've seen that and in relation to food, people
Food,
eating
right?
food, but I don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means, and I'm doing it. I'm the moot banger. I got all my moots in a row.
Yeah.
So my Twitter now is saying things like, "We knew you'd get around to it," and then hot things like that, and then also like some kind of questionable stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you are on the cutting edge of internet trends because I don't even know what it means. I've seen it, and I've seen it just
There's
recently.
all sorts of internet things going on at my house.
Kids must know what it means, though.
It's when like a YouTuber eats a large amount of food and the audience just watches them eat it. And a lot of the times they have other people encourage eating.
Yeah,
while
I've
they're
seen that.
eating.
Like
I've seen
somebody eats an entire giant
Yeah.
pizza.
I've seen.
I guess it's kind of a sexual thing.
But I mean,
To
there's
some
channels.
people, I'm
There's
sure.
these channels in Korea that are out of control. People making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Big chicks too, and you think, God bless you.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, there's a whole line of that.
You're there in your underwear. You must be 75 to 100 pounds overweight by regular standards, hence the word standard. And you're sitting there jumping up and down in fishnets. God love you. So I am now a Munga star. What is it? What am I, Tori?
A mukbanger.
Oh, it sounds different when she
Does
says
sound
it.
really different when she says it. Notice that?
So-
I'll give you $5 if you slip that word into the weather.
Oh God.
So this is actual food porn because before food porn was just pictures of really delicious looking food. People
Right.
called that food porn, but this is actual like
You
there's
know,
a movement going
There's
on.
there
People-
better be a movement. You're going to eat that much.
People are into this as a kink.
Yeah.
Yes. All the kinks.
Yeah.
They've got them, not just one. Like 5 different kinks, apparently.
I really like this band called Feeder. They're from the UK.
Right?
And I think when they named themselves, they weren't really thinking about it. They've been around for 20 years or something. And when I went to find out about their tour, I went to what I thought was their website, feeder.com.
Right, that'd be a thing for sure.
Oh, it's a totally different thing that
Yeah.
I did not need to see and is now burned in my brain.
There you go. Feed her. I didn't even know she was hungry. Yeah, well, there
Oh,
you go.
she wasn't hungry. She was certainly eating a lot.
So, so that's happening. I got a lot of responses, people.
Who is making this website about food porn and you? Is it your wife or you're saying someone else is
No,
now
I
take-
put a picture of me eating a fried egg sandwich on Twitter.
Yeah.
Apparently, she put the thing, not FUBAR, although that's kind of cool. she put those letters underneath it, and then the reaction was kind of awesome. I'm thinking about, what am I going to eat on Twitter tonight? Oh, I'm going to eat a turkey. I'm going to make a turkey. I'm not even going to buy a turkey at the turkey store. I'm going to make a turkey, and then I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to put Mungtown or whatever you rotten kids put under that thing.
News is brought to you by Car Toys. A Washington State Patrol trooper jumped into the Sammamish River and pulled a suicidal man to safety. State Patrol says Trooper Kevin Thompson responded to the reports of a man who was trying to get into vehicles on State Route 202 in Woodinville. They then found that the man went over to an overpass and was going to commit suicide by jumping to the river 30 feet below. Well,
Would that kill you?
30 feet into a freezing cold river?
Freezing cold, or because I don't know what 30 feet would do. Would that kill you dead?
I don't know that the fall is going to kill you, but
The
yeah,
cold, you wouldn't
normally the cold and the currents.
You'd
and
have like a minute or so. It's
bad news, yeah.
It is bad news. A tough way to go.
Well, the Washington State Patrol trooper ran down to the river. He did not jump the 30 feet. He ran down the embankment, jumped into the river, pulled the man from the river into safety. First aid arrived at the scene, and he had some cuts, bruises, was bleeding from the head, but was taken to Harborview, where he will survive.
So it won't kill you.
So yeah, okay, that does that.
Because the guy's not dead.
Yeah, he's certainly not dead. Cold, for sure, cold.
Yeah.
And but God bless that cop, huh?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, because I'd stand on the shore and go, "Hey, swim this way towards. See how warm and dry I am? Come this way."
A Tacoma convenience store was shuttered this week after police arrested the manager for allegedly selling an illegal drug called Spice. Detectives set up an undercover operation after hearing that the synthetic cannabinoid was being sold at Stop Mart on Martin Luther King Jr. Way. The officer was able to buy this packet labeled Ripped for $20 from the clerk, and then they tested it, and it was indeed Spice. Now, Spice is illegal and has been illegal here in Washington for 8 years now.
Oh, I had no idea.
But not everywhere. Most states it's legal.
They have
It's
started to
illegal here,
legalize
yeah.
it because they realize it makes people crazy and eat other people's faces
Isn't
off.
that where Miley Cyrus jumped out a window or something?
Yeah, I think
Which
so.
I always admired about that drug, making Miley Cyrus jump out a window. That's just good fun.
And is
There's-
that the one where people eat each other's faces, or is that bath salts? Or both?
Oh,
People have had some really bad reactions, including some famous football players. They said that it's like
People turned into famous football players? I want to
not
see
bad, yeah.
Yeah, I want to try this.
it gives the appearance of marijuana, but police say it is closer to drugs like bath salts. Most users roll it in papers and smoke it. It is known to cause hallucinations, violent fits, paranoia, vomiting, elevated blood pressure, and catatonia. And they were selling it at a convenience store here in Washington.
It's convenient of them. I don't know where I would go to the spice store to get spice. Man, I can't believe that I missed trying it while it was legal.
Yeah, that sounds fun to you. Paranoia, vomiting, elevated blood
Well,
pressure, catatonia, and hallucinations.
If that happened every time, no one would do it. I'm assuming there are upsides. If you're a drug addict person like myself,
Yeah.
there's probably a reason people did it.
Maybe.
And then you bum out and you eat somebody's face.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I won't do that. No, I would. I hate to admit this. If I really was going to go do it, I'd go chain myself up in some room so I couldn't get out.
Oh, yeah.
I told Amy, don't come anywhere near me no matter what I say if I'm wigging out. I did that before. I did that when I was trying to get off cocaine.
Really?
I had to go to New York to do the Geraldo show, and I knew I'd show up wasted on crack. So I that's a long story, but I handcuffed myself into the room.
Wow.
How'd it work out?
It worked out fine. I did the show sober and then did a bunch of crack immediately after. No, I went down to the front desk in the morning and I said, deliver this envelope to my room, 7 o'clock in the morning, no sooner. And I went up and handcuffed myself to stuff. Got high for a little while. And when the drugs ran out, I went, come up here. And they said, no. They took me at my word.
It was a 4-hour rental that ended very badly. The Washington State Patrol says a man rented a McLaren and then crashed it yesterday
No.
northbound on I-5 and Olive Way. State Patrol said the man was driving too fast for the wet road conditions. And the guy driving said, I wasn't going that fast. It must have been the tires. Well, Washington State Patrol said the car was going fast enough to smash both sides of the tunnel going under the Washington State Convention Center.
Like the solid concrete tunnel.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the car is made out of like butter. I mean, they're ridiculous cars. They're not safe at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you were doing to smash through walls and stuff that are concrete.
Danny,
But-
I just encouraged you to go rent one of these
Yeah, you did.
yesterday.
Yeah, you did. Well, I would be, I have not had a moving violation in like 30 years.
Yeah.
Unless you count those things on camera, and I do not.
Well, Paul had said to you yesterday, Danny, you want to buy one of these fancy fancy vintage cars. Why not go rent one?
Right.
And he like looked up the place, go do this. That's what this guy did and crashed it. So I don't
Yeah,
know,
so
Paul's
maybe
trying
don't do it.
Paul's trying to wreck you.
Yeah, Paul, what an ass.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
I know that you would be much more responsible.
I would
than
be
this
much
person.
more responsible.
As long as you're not on spice.
My car slid out a little, and I have anti-lock brakes. It's coming down Queen Anne Avenue, and literally in 1 second, but it's unnerving.
Yeah.
You know, when you're not completely in control of your car, and you might be doing 80. This might be wet out.
In a 35.
Oh, yeah.
And all eyes this morning are on a hostage situation in southern France. Police have surrounded a supermarket there where a deadly hostage-taking situation was playing out. At the present, it looks as though all hostages have been released except for one police officer.
What
According,
about the dead guy? Isn't there a dead guy?
They're not confirming whether somebody was dead or not. I have seen conflicting reports. There are many people injured. There are conflicting reports on whether or not one of those police officers has been killed.
Was
Now-
there a second suspect that's also deceased or no?
I am not getting any confirmation from French police about
Plus,
anybody
it's
dead.
in French, so
Yeah, who
it's
knows?
hard to, yeah.
A lot of people are saying there is one person dead. French police are not confirming that. And they are not saying for sure the motive, except he claims it is for ISIS.
That's good enough for me. Shoot him.
Well, if they could, they would. These are elite police forces that are taking part in
Eh,
this.
I'm sorry.
They're
yeah.
elite French police
French
forces.
police. Are you kidding?
They have
So-
the very best white flags.
Send one King County deputy. That's what you need over there, not
Yeah.
a bunch of fancy French cops.
But I mean, they did negotiate exchanging the hostages for a single police officer. That's like, I only see that in the
Progress.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did what?
They sent in a cop and got the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
hostages released. So-
And that really is something from the movies.
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm going to bring in a pizza and you can see I'm unarmed.
Yeah.
Like,
It's usually Bruce Willis.
yeah, generally, yeah.
So we'll continue to keep an eye on that situation this morning. Thankfully, the civilians have all been released. But as I said, several people injured. Some reports are that there were bodies strewn outside of this
Oh, wow.
supermarket. So a lot of different reports coming out. And hopefully they can get this person into custody without further injury. We will continue to keep you updated on that.
That's not my big hope.
That the police get out uninjured?
No, that they get this guy with no injuries.
Yeah.
No, I mean no more injuries to the person.
Shoot that
he's
guy
got.
right in the head. And I can
under-
break out a baguette.
Yeah, he still has a hostage. That's what I'm saying. We're hoping that he will give up to police without doing any more damage to those people and figure
That's
out
not
exactly.
what ISIS is known for, though. They don't seem to care too much about their own lives or anybody else's.
Yeah.
No, this is true. President Trump has another major personnel change to deal with. John Dowd, his personal attorney, who had been leading the president's response to the Robert Mueller investigation, has resigned. Now, some are saying, oh, it's a mutual decision. And others say this dude is super frustrated with Donald Trump, who is not taking his advice.
Right.
He is stepping down. In addition, General McMaster resigned yesterday as President Donald Trump's national security advisor. That job will be filled by former UN Ambassador John Bolton. Some people are quite concerned about John Bolton. I forget who said it was, it makes his predecessor look like Nancy Pelosi, was the quote.
Right.
It makes McMaster
Yeah.
look, this guy makes, oh no, I know what it was.
Yeah, because
He's-
I don't know what that means, to be honest with you.
He's
He
staunchly
said-
conservative and very, very, very pro-war.
Pro-war?
Yeah, he's a big war hawk.
Wow.
So Danny will probably like him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was one of the
No.
leading people behind the second invasion of Iraq.
Yeah, I am not pro-war. I'm pro-dropping bombs from,
Bombs, yeah.
thousands of feet up in the air on people that
Strategic
bug me.
bombing,
Yeah. And I'm in New Jersey if they get out of line.
All right, so I remember what the quote was. I still don't remember who it was who said it, but they said this guy who is taking over for McMaster, John Bolton, makes Steve Bannon look like Nancy Pelosi.
okay.
Well, there you go. I get
That
that.
you get.
I get that. I did not get the Nancy Pelosi reference.
Fantastic mustache on that guy, though.
Oh, yeah?
Really great looking mustache.
Weird hair.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some weird hair going on. A little Mozart action.
We've had a lot of talk of Toys R Us in the news.
Yeah.
Sadly, after all these years, Toys R Us is folding. They announced that they were going to look for a buyer. That was not productive. Then they said bankruptcy. They will be selling all of their inventory and shutting down. Well, amid all of this news, Charles Lazarus, the founder of Toys R Us, died at the age of 90.
Oh.
Give him 3 days. He'll be back on the job. For anybody that cares, that's a Lazarus joke right there.
Did he die of heartbreak? He had to.
That's the thing. He could have died last year. He'd still have been 93.
Right.
I'm fine with that. Not had to know what was happening to his little baby.
Yeah. He didn't have a stake in the chain anymore, but it still was his baby. He started it when he was 25, anticipating a post-war baby boom would create the demand for baby supplies and toys. He had been CEO until 1994.
Wow. Well,
You're going to need a lot of money to go buy the toys that they're liquidating, though, right?
yeah, we can't fix Toys R Us's financial problems, but we could give you a shot at winning $1,000. KZOK.com to find out all the rules and details, and also all the times to listen throughout the day for your chance to win.
There is a recall of smoke detectors. They're recalling this line of smoke detectors because they don't detect smoke.
Oh, that's bad.
That's a problem.
They're just detectors then.
This is a brand called KIDDE, KIDDE. I think it's pronounced kid as opposed to kitty because that'd be kind of weird. But they said that these are dual sensor alarms that have a pill shape across the front, and there's a yellow cap. And if you don't see that, then you need to get a replacement because it's not detecting anything.
Mine just sucks. The one 20-foot ceilings or whatever I have in the living room.
Yeah.
It, with every 2 months, maybe less, just starts to beep again. And no matter what I do to it. And I go to smash it like a normal person. And Amy says smashing it won't work.
And it's just like a single beep, or is it going off like there's a
No.
fire?
It's just beep. Then you wait long enough till you think, oh, good, it won't do it again. And then it says beep.
It means you need to replace
Yeah,
the
usually
battery.
that's an indication of dead battery, but why
Didn't
would that
I
happen every
just
2
say you
months?
change it every time and then it beeps like a crazy person again?
Did you?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't
Oh,
think
no,
so.
I don't think you had mentioned changing batteries.
Amy
but-
changes the battery.
Yeah.
And I look at her and say, yeah, great job.
That's got to be a pain, too,
I hate
20-foot
it.
ceilings.
Yeah, it's a big thing, man. It's all you have to break out weird tools and stuff. It's a drag.
An arrest warrant has been issued for a psychologist accused of taking a patient from the Arkansas State Hospital without permission. 41-year-old Michelle Messer aided an unauthorized departure of an inmate. So this is a person who was charged with attempted kidnapping. And they said, oh, you're a little crazy pants. You are going to the Arkansas State Hospital.
Wow.
This is a man who tried to kidnap a woman who had cut his hair and said, God told me to do this. They said, okay, you're a little crazy pants. You're going
God
to a
told me to do a
facility.
couple of things with my hairdresser, but grabbing her was not one of them.
Well, his doctor, Michelle Messer, took him out of this facility. He's not supposed to do that. And they're trying to figure out what happened. Is this love? Does she not think he's crazy? And they are both now on the run.
Wow. How old is this guy?
41. She's 41 and he is 46.
Oh, for some reason in my head I had like an old crazy person.
Yeah.
No, at 41 you can technically still run. I wouldn't.
You don't run many places.
No, it seems like if the cops are behind me, I go, all right, I've learned my lesson.
A YouTuber named Count Dankula. Dankula?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Well, he's from Scotland. Count Dankula turned his girlfriend's pug into the star of several videos on YouTube.
Right.
A lot of people watching these videos, doing something that even in Scotland you can't do. He got his pug to star in Hitler and Holocaust videos.
Oh.
Well,
So
I
he
think
went-
You can do that.
He went to court this week and has been convicted of a hate crime. They said he knew that the material was offensive. He knew why it was offensive. It was grossly offensive to many Jewish people. He would train the pug to salute while he said Sig Heil and a bunch of other terrible Nazi Hitler things. Filming this, people watched it on YouTube, and he is now facing serious charges.
What country is he in?
Scotland.
Huh. I would have thought he was protected. They have very similar rights to our very own.
April 23rd is when he will be sentenced, but he has been convicted. We're just not sure how much time he is going to get for hate crimes.
With a pug.
with a pug.
Yeah.
There's
That's
such
a
little
cute
arms.
little dog.
Yeah.
They
What'd
do
you
have
say?
short arms.
Yeah,
It's
short-
a cute dog.
You know, if you got a paw, you can still sing Heil to the offense of almost everyone, I would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tiny little dog, that dog doesn't know what it's doing.
Right. No, they're not charging the dog.
And it
Danny.
walks around looking like somebody kicked it in the face already. That's why it's a pug. It's having a very difficult life. Don't make it a Nazi.
Yes.
That's my fault.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you.
We should put that on a bumper sticker. It's a lot of words,
Yeah,
but
it's a big bumper sticker. You better have a full size.
Things are not right in Romania.
I know it. That means.
they're not.
No.
No.
Oh, Romania.
No, they have vampires, man.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Days after one Romanian court told a man that he was officially dead, despite clear evidence to the contrary, another court has declared a man who was truly dead that he could get a driver's license.
What?
So this dude,
I was just about to say that.
went to court and said, I've been declared dead, but look at me, I'm right here.
Right.
Take my fingerprints, I'm right here. They said, I'm sorry, sir. You are dead.
Oh, case is closed. We've
By the
already
way-
decided you're dead.
By the way, this happens. I've seen
Yeah.
this not only in real life, I've also seen it in a movie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
generally the person's like out of the country and some loved one says, oh, they died. You know, they're gone. They haven't seen him for a while and they just report them dead.
Yeah.
And the government says, okay, yeah, they're dead then.
That's exactly what happened.
Is this how
Everybody collects the insurance.
Yeah.
This guy left the country. He went to Turkey and was working as a chef. And then he found out that his wife had declared him dead. So he went to court and they said, sorry, it's too late. You're dead. And now he doesn't know what to do.
They have a strict double jeopardy policy on dead
On
folks.
death?
You're not, no, you're dead. You're not allowed to retry you
I would commit a couple of crimes. Minor ones that don't end up with me in jail.
because you're already dead.
And when they say, hey, man, you committed the crime, I go, how can I have done that? Check. I'm dead.
Yeah.
See if that forces their little stupid hand.
It's
Their
great.
stupid Romanian hand.
Well, now a man fought a ticket that he was
Different man or same man?
Different man.
Okay.
Fought a ticket saying that he was going to lose his license for speeding. Well, he contested it. He had lost his license. It went to court, and they said he needs to get his license back. And they processed it, despite the fact that this man was indeed truly dead. So the guy who's alive...
Yeah, are you missing all parts of that?
So he contested the case, the ticket,
Yep.
but died while waiting for
Yep.
the court's decision?
Yep.
So now they're giving the actually dead guy back his license.
Yes. But the guy who's not dead, who
He
they
can't
said
get a
was
license
dead-
because they think he's dead.
Yep.
Right. That's
All right.
exactly what's happening here.
Oh, Romania.
Yeah, Romanians are stupid when it comes to this. They're Romaniacs.
Can the not dead guy who they think is dead just take the not dead license of the guy who really
I
is dead?
get what you're trying to say. I don't think that was right, but yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you did say a little jumble of words.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was completely accurate.
Oh,
though.
no, I'm with you. Don't get me wrong.
And things are also not right in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan?
Yes. They are looking for the curious commode caper committer. There is somebody they believe to be a woman who has been going all over Sheboygan clogging toilets.
Oh, you can tell.
What?
When you say we don't know if it's a guy or a girl, I'd know.
Yeah?
Turns out it's not one or two in the bathroom. This individual
Can they go 4? I've always admired the people that can do that.
This person is putting 20-ounce soda bottles down the toilet, pushing them down as far as they can go, and then therefore clogging the
Right.
pipes. This has happened at least 12 times in 2016, 14 times last year, and 4 times already this year.
Wow.
They're trying to figure out why.
Yeah, why?
Why would you do this? And
Because
if you,
what else is there to do in Sheboygan?
Perhaps.
That's a really good call, Paul.
Thank you.
And your name rhymes with call.
It does. We should use that.
It's a very
more.
good call, Paul. Call Paul.
Police are hoping that if you know who the curious commode caper committer is, you will call them.
Yeah, if I had like an inkling of who it was, but if I flat out knew, I would protect their identity because that's going to follow you for life. You're the guy that did that.
If you're looking for a car that will go the distance, buy a Toyota,
All
or
right.
buy a Honda,
All right.
or buy a F-150. There's a new study done by Consumer Reports that if you're looking for a car that will go 200,000 miles without trouble, those are the cars to get. They said the Toyota Camry is what topped the list, that those will run forever. And the Honda Accord came in second. I would have paid money saying that I would have thought it was a Subaru, but it is all about the Toyotas and the Hondas.
You always hear that about Toyotas, especially, that they just run forever.
Yep.
Don't you also hear that they get stolen all the time?
They do, and
Yeah.
that's why.
That's why they get so many miles. They have 9 different drivers.
Right.
But they get stolen for parts because all these other ones run forever. They need parts for the older models.
I don't know how old I will be when I have that kind of mileage on my car. I've had my car just about a year, 6,700 miles.
Well, Danny, you and I don't drive a lot. Paul, on the other hand, Paul, is your car a year old?
It's not even quite a year old, but my truck, I had a couple 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I thought that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have like a normal commute. But most of the people
Yeah.
listening to us right now have a normal commute. Danny and I commute a mile.
Right, it's not that hard.
I don't think you have a normal commute, do you?
a pretty average commute for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, most people.
What is your commute?
Just over 30 miles, about 33 miles.
Wow, I would think the people's average commute is 15 to 20 tops.
I wouldn't think so, especially not in this area. Most people can't afford to live near where the jobs
Right,
are.
but they used to be able to, and if they're smart, they hung onto their houses. At some point, this was an affordable town.
Right, but so many people live in Marysville and Lake Stevens.
Sure,
People work in Everett. People are commuting.
Right.
I mean, Derek lives in Fife and commutes to Seattle. People live in Tacoma.
I actually have time-wise, a much shorter commute than a lot of our listeners because
you come at the hour that you
I
come.
come so early in the morning.
Did you find it yet there, Derek? The average commute time in Seattle?
No.
All right. I had a lot of faith that I was just going to turn and know he had done it. It just seems 30
The average
miles.
commute time in Seattle is probably an hour each way.
I'd be suicidal.
It's hard. That's why we're here, Danny.
You know, I have the 20-minute rule that I would never live more than 20 miles per hour. And I learned that the hard way. I lived an hour and a half from work for a couple of years, and it was terrible.
Well, most people, as Paul said, don't have that luxury, but also you bought a house where you wanted to raise a family. Your job might take you elsewhere. You know, there are people who change jobs, and if you have a great house in Lake Stevens, you're not going to move your house just because you got a new job. You might just have a 15-minute extension.
No, I
on
know
your
there are people who
commute.
commute all the way from Tacoma and stuff. I just thought it was a rarity.
I am seeing that we have the 10th worst commute in all of the United States.
Yeah, all
Wow.
the studies that I can find only average it per year.
Yeah.
And
Well, I bet you're
right now
stuck in traffic
we're,
more than 20 minutes in a year.
we're an average of 54.8 hours in a year.
All right. Well, that's a lot. Back to the news.
It's time for today's Things Are Not Right in Florida story of the day.
Yay!
Florida officials say a man forgot his wedding anniversary and things did not end well. Now, he got into an
Yeah,
altercation.
you're not going to get a happy ending if you forgot your anniversary.
No.
That'd be my thought.
No, not a lot of happiness going on. His wife, Carol Stone, was so mad. He admitted to her, I forgot. Honey, I'm very sorry. I forgot about our anniversary. Well, she didn't like that. She smacked him upside the head several times. He decided to take out his cell phone and record the incident where she screamed and was mad and kept slapping him upside the head. He called the cops on her, and she was taken into custody.
Good. That is exactly what I would do, and I think that's exactly what that guy should have done.
Yeah.
I think it's, in a way, not only it's obviously the right thing, but it's sexist not to. Well, she's a girl. She's my wife. I'm embarrassed that she raised her hands to me. Man, somebody raised your hand to you, and you can't punch them back, and you should not punch them back. You should definitely call 911. If you got a mark on you, that person's going to the Hooskow.
Well, they're not getting a divorce, so hopefully he'll remember the anniversary next year.
Yeah, I would. But I would never admit that I forgot it. I would find some way
It's
around
obvious.
this. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not here yet, sweetheart. I even paid extra to have it here today. And then you have like a half an hour or so to kill time.
What happens all the time, though, is the guy will come home, or the girl, because a lot of us are guilty as well, but you go home and they'd be like, so, how's it going? How's your day? And then they wait and wait and wait for you to say something. And then
Right.
they're already mad and they say, you forgot our anniversary. And then you start lying.
Yeah,
And we
no-
You go, oh, no, I've got something really special planned
you
for
don't. Right.
tomorrow.
Right.
No, you don't.
And then, I come home and there's a mad girl. That doesn't give me like a clue of what's happening. I always come home and there's a mad girl.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
News is brought to you by Car Toys. Hey, today at 7:50, if you can tell us where Sarah's Beaver's been, you can win a pair of tickets to see Dane Cook June 16th at the EQC, KZOK.com to check out the pictures. When we come back, music news. What KZOK artist is headed to Broadway?
Neat.
A strange addition to the TV show The Big Bang Theory, and a strange change to attending games at Safeco Field this season. Plus, in sports, a Seahawks trade has been nullified.
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 Who is not joining the team and why? Next in sports.
This traffic report is brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. On I-5 northbound at 188th Street near South Center, we do have an accident currently blocking the right lane. And on 167 northbound near 8th Street in Sumner, we had an earlier accident that has been cleared, but you are still seeing some delays through that area. American Standard Heating and Air sets the standard for in-home comfort. Now up to $1,000 off or 60 months special financing. Visit AmericanStandardNW.com for participating dealers, program eligibility, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This weather report is brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. We're starting off Friday with some light showers. We'll get more rain into the afternoon with a chance of hail and thunder showers. Highs are going to hit the mid to upper 40s today. American Standard Heating and Air sets the standard for in-home comfort, now up to $1,000 off or 60 months special financing. Visit AmericanStandardNW.com for participating dealers, program eligibility, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Starting with music news, Cheap Trick singer Robin Zander will be making his Broadway debut during the final week of Rocktopia. This is billed as an event that celebrates the fusion of rock songs from the past century with classical music. He will be replacing Pat Monahan, the lead singer of the band Train, who has been starring in this Broadway show.
Neat.
One of the co-creators is a guy named Rob Evan, who is also the vocalist with Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So a whole lot of different rock people involved.
What's the name of the show again?
It is called Rocktopia.
Rocktopia, that's what I
Yep.
said.
So classic rock and classical music.
Neat.
So Robin Zander of Cheap Trick headed to Broadway. Pretty cool. You could be headed to the Gorge to see Dead and Company. We're giving you another chance to win those tickets at 7:20 this morning, playing Who's Not Dead. Paul seems to be having a little too much fun with this game.
You're having too much fun, Paul?
Do you think I enjoy the death of
Yes.
and the kind of morbid nature of it?
I do.
I think you're slightly, yeah. She might have a point.
I think we're all going to have fun with it today at 7:20.
All right. No matter how things go for the good guys in the next two Avengers movies, it's beginning to look like the end is nigh for Chris Evans. He says he will hang up his Captain America shield after the fourth Avengers, which is coming out next year. He gave an interview at the New York Times and said that he's been doing this for a while and you want to get off the train before they push you off. He's been
He's
playing.
Captain America. Who's going to push him off a train?
Right.
I don't even know what kind of analogy that is.
He has been doing this since 2011. I didn't realize that's when the first Captain America came
I
out.
think Robert Downey Jr. beats him for longest gig as a superhero. When
Yeah.
did they do the first Iron Man movie?
Oh, he's been doing that forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Now, he did the first one back in 2011. He had a 6-picture deal at the time, but then extended it to include the fourth Avengers movie. So let's see, 3 Captain America movies, 4 Avenger movies, cameos in Thor, Spider-Man, Ant-Man. He has been in every Marvel movie every year since 2011.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not worried about him financially, I guess.
I know.
That
And
makes sense.
the first Iron Man came out in 2008.
2008?
Yeah.
Well, I would have thought it was longer ago than that.
Yeah, I didn't realize Chris Evans was doing that well, so
Yeah.
to speak.
But
Plus,
he's tired of it now. He
He's
doesn't
my
want to-
least favorite action hero.
Really?
Captain
I mean,
America?
out of the guys.
Besides
out of those guys.
Aquaman. Because who cares
I've
about
never
Aquaman?
seen Aquaman, to be honest with you. But he was kind of funny in the commercial I saw.
Yeah.
Dresses like a bat. That's cool. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I've never seen him. Just he doesn't have any real superpowers. He seems to be stronger than mere mortals.
Yeah.
And that frisbee thing that does a lot of cute
pretty cool,
tricks.
yeah.
But yeah,
He's all about being so patriotic, though.
Yeah.
I love the way in that first Captain America movie, they made him look all skinny and sickly and scrawny.
yeah, that was amazing.
How the heck did they do that?
I thought it was 2 guys.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
absolutely 2 guys.
Super well done. It is time to check your mailbox, not
Yeah.
your email box, your actual mailbox, because Kensington Palace said yesterday invitations for the royal wedding have been dispatched.
Oh, I'm sure I'm on the list.
Yeah, I'm not real confident.
600 people have been invited. And all 600 are also invited to a lunchtime reception given by Queen Elizabeth at St. George's Hall.
But he get crumpets? Get some crumpets.
It's got to get crumpets, yeah.
Do you know exactly what a crumpet is?
No, but they
Yeah.
sound good.
I'm a little hazy. I think I know.
Because
They're
they're,
like a
weird.
biscuit.
Well, a biscuit's a cookie, right?
Yes.
Their
England,
biscuit's
yeah.
a cookie.
Yeah, but they don't know anything.
Have you guys not
And
been to the crumpet shop down at Pike Place Market?
Oh man, you're kidding. I was supposed to go too.
It's delicious. Seriously, it's been there longer than we've lived here.
Do you do high tea there?
No, I do low tea.
Okay.
No, I go for breakfast.
Well, you
honestly.
should see a doctor about that.
You go for breakfast on a what?
I go to the crumpet shop in Pike Place Market for breakfast, and they do have tea, they have coffee, but their crumpets are ridiculously yummy.
Do they have muffins? English muffins?
No, but they do have something that looks similar to that.
I didn't even get it.
The nooks and crannies?
There you go. Put them on my vote.
Looks like Jerry O'Connell is headed back to television again. He will be playing Sheldon's brother on the CBS sitcom The Big Bang Theory.
Now, who is this?
Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
He is now 44 years old. He will play the older version of Georgie, who is currently on young Sheldon. So they're going to age him, and he'll be played by Jerry O'Connell. So young Sheldon got renewed. It's actually doing okay.
Right.
And The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon is the grown-up now.
Right.
So they're both on regular TV
Right.
still. But Jerry O'Connell's playing the dad. I'm sorry, the
Oh,
brother.
the dad.
The brother.
The
Older
brother.
brother.
Older brother.
Older brother. Okay.
Older brother.
Let's get back to the part where I really like that guy.
The
I
uncle.
like that guy. There's some guy. Matter of fact, he has to come over and say, I'm an offender. I have to tell you by law.
There are reports this morning that Owen Wilson
I like him too.
was on a date in South Beach, Florida, at a hotel in Miami.
Wait, is that the guy with the messed up nose?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I still like him, but that's a crazy nose.
It is a really crazy nose. But he's looking sharp, as in like super fit right
Yeah.
now. I don't know what he's up to, but he was in Miami at a hotel, the Hotel Croydon. He and his date were smoking and set off the fire alarm.
Where were they smoking?
Cigarettes.
Where?
Where they were said they were inside, but they were smoking too close to the bathroom where there was a smoke detector.
I didn't know you could even do that in Florida.
They said they were smoking a cigarette near the bathroom, setting off the smoke alarm. The entire hotel was evacuated.
No way. They evacuated an entire. I would feel like such an idiot.
So they must have been in a room, in a hotel room.
I would punch him in the nose until I'd fix that. The good thing.
Yeah.
I would have been so mad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm mad for you.
They said that they didn't really apologize, that guests were seen like shuffling around in their pajamas, and that he and his date were dancing and continued to smoke cigarettes.
Oh.
No, no, you're leaving. No.
This is the report. Video footage of the incident shows Russell Wilson, Owen Wilson, ditching his drink on the patio while the woman continues to puff away. She continues to dance as the alarm is going off in the background.
Well, I hate them now.
I hate them now.
I think everybody hates them now. Paul, do
Yesterday,
you hate them?
Yeah, I hate him.
All right.
yesterday we talked a little bit about that new Karate Kid that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
This is the return of Ralph Macchio
He
to
looks great.
Yeah, I've heard that.
YouTube. That's where this series will be on.
I didn't even know YouTube did such things.
But YouTube TV, which is like the new pay service. So it's like a Hulu or Netflix. YouTube's starting their own TV network.
Which is just what people are doing now,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Hulu originally was just something you watched on your computer, and then all of a sudden they're pay and you get original programming.
Yeah.
So YouTube Red is what they call it, the YouTube Red original series Cobra Kai. They said they're so excited about this, they are bringing it to the big screen. They said that they are going to do a one-night theatrical screening of The Karate Kid, which will then screen the first 2 episodes from Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's cool.
This is something you will be able to see here in Seattle. It'll be at 700 cinemas nationwide. Ticket sales start today, and you'll be able to watch it in theaters April 25th.
Why do you hate it, Danny?
I don't even understand it anymore. I thought it was going to be on my computer at home. Now I got to go to the movie theater.
You can go to the movie theater to see The Karate Kid again.
Yeah,
in the
they're
big
doing
screen.
a special premiere where they play the movie,
I
the
hated
original
that movie when it came out.
Oh, I
You
really
did?
loved it.
Yeah. Well, I was a real live black belt when that came out, and everybody sucks. Nobody can do any karate in that movie. Everybody's terrible.
Yeah, but can you catch a fly with chopsticks?
No, I cannot.
See?
I
There
can
you go.
barely catch my fly with chopsticks.
Well, for people who were fans of The Karate Kid, this is cool.
Like, AKA everybody but Danny.
Yes.
No, yeah, you're right. Okay.
So you get to watch The Karate Kid in the on the big screen,
Right.
and then you see the first 2 episodes of the YouTube show. So it's fun for fans.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe Ralph Macchio will be there because he
And I
loves
hear he looks great.
He
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
He looks
yeah,
great.
yeah. How's the Cobra Kai guy look?
I don't know. I haven't actually seen a preview.
I bet he looks real similar, just older.
Yeah.
Also, bet he still sucks at karate.
Let's take a look at sports.
Sports.
Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY. That's 1-800-DUI-AWAY. We'll start with football. Seahawks news. Mike Davis is back. After spending some time testing the free agent market, the 5'9", 217-pound running back
Man.
has reportedly agreed to a one-year deal with the Seahawks. He did visit some other teams, which he is allowed to do, but ultimately has decided to stay put right here in Seattle.
Now, are we happy?
Yes.
Here's the weird thing.
But it sounds like nobody else wanted him.
Yeah, or didn't want him at the money that he wanted to make.
A lot of
Didn't
times it's the
give
money.
him a bigger
Well,
offer.
I like him a little less. Luckily, I never heard of him before.
Right. Here's the weird thing is like this, and this is not a great story, I guess, for the Seahawks. He was our leading rusher last year.
Yep.
Oh, really?
And nobody knows who he is. Most people don't know who he is.
So
Leading
he-
rusher outside of quarterback Russell Wilson.
Right, yeah, outside of emergency scramble
Yes.
panic. So that's maybe even worse.
Leading rusher for the Seahawks, Mike
That
Davis.
isn't Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He'll be
Right.
back.
Got that. Okay.
The Seahawks had a trade for cornerback C.J. Smith with the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, hey, welcome to town, C.J. Smith.
C.J.
Yeah.
Smith.
Well,
I got
he
his
is-
jersey and everything.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
And if you did, you're going to have to send it back because that trade has been nullified. According to ESPN, the trade of Browns C.J. Smith to the Seahawks was nullified and he reverts back to Cleveland. Neither team has commented yet, but 99.9% of the time, a nullified trade is the result of a failed physical. Not sure what's wrong with him.
Drugs.
I know it's
You stop encouraging
Gotta be
him,
drugs.
Paul. It's not drugs.
Yeah, don't
I'm not
encourage me
saying-
on the morning show. That'd be stupid to encourage the host guy on the morning show.
I'm not saying Danny should take drugs.
I didn't get that at all.
Okay, good.
I thought that you were with no evidence condemning some poor bastard that we don't even know.
I was
being on
just
drugs.
shouting the word drugs.
What
though.
part of it was that? Were you telling me to take drugs, Paul?
No, I
It's kinda
shouted
bad,
drugs,
really.
and she said don't
I'm
encourage him.
struggling every day, Paul.
Well, don't do it, Danny.
All right, then.
On to baseball. Yesterday, the Mariners beat the Rangers 5-4. Yay!
Yay!
Today, the Mariners play the White Sox 1:05 start time.
Yay!
Believe it or not, we are less than a week away from the Mariners' regular season, which opens here in Seattle, 7:10 start time at Safeco against the Indians.
Pretty awesome.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
They have really stepped up the food game, too. Did you notice at Whiskey Rocks?
Yeah.
That some of the food stands that they had were new?
The last couple of years, it's become all about that.
Was I out of my mind? Well, yes. But did they have just a macaroni and cheese stall, and that's all they
I
sold?
did see that, yeah.
Oh, my
Delicious.
God, that's yummy.
Well, there is another change. Every year we get new food to Safeco Field. That's a tradition, and that's super fun and exciting. But something else will be different at Safeco Field this year. Clear will be expanding to ballparks.
Scientologists?
No, Clear, if you have traveled out of SeaTac in the past year, you have seen a special line called Clear.
Right.
And they
Right.
look at your eyeball and your fingerprints, and then you get to bypass the security line. They have been testing this at various ballparks and said now it will be opening in Seattle. Express entrances to members of Clear. So if you go and you want to get into the game, you don't want to stand in the huge line where they check your bag, you go through a metal detector, you just pop your eyeball up onto that machine
Neat.
and they let you in faster.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get it. I can't get, and I don't travel enough for it. But the one I can't get that hurts my feelings is global entry.
Yeah.
Where you get back, because my wife gets it, and then she either goes ahead and waits for me out there because she doesn't want to sit and stand next to a convicted felon trying to get into America. But yeah, and I said to the guy, I said, hey, man, it was 25 years ago. I might have had a little problem with drugs. That's the one that they hear. And they said, yeah, you have a drug offense. You'll never get this.
Wow.
And I felt shame and I went home.
Clear, you'll be able to get, Danny, it's only American. It's only in America. So this has nothing to do with getting into other countries, but it's expensive. And it was really a great option for people who travel a lot for business.
Right.
If
Which
you're just,
I don't.
yeah, if you're only going to the airport, once every 4 months or so, cost-wise, I don't know that it would be worth it for
I
you.
have Fast Pass or whatever that. Oh no, that's
You
for
have TSA
Disneyland.
pre-check.
Fast Pass is Disneyland. I can get on the Matterhorn faster than you, Paul.
That's
You don't
great.
have it,
Yeah.
but yeah. What is it called?
This is called, what you have is
Yeah,
the TSA
yeah,
pre-check.
I got that. Do you have that?
I don't have
If
it.
you ever
Holiday
fly
has it.
at all, you should get it. Yes, she's smart.
I mean, that also isn't cheap, but at least the TSA pre-check lasts longer. Clear is $180 a year.
Wow.
That's a lot if you don't travel frequently.
My Fast Pass, I think it was just $85, and that's that.
For one day, though, right?
No, forever.
Oh,
No,
you-
you Disneylanding?
not.
I'm not at Disneyland anymore. I'm now moved up to the airport. And
TSA pre-check is not forever, to my knowledge.
no, but it's every 5 years.
5
or
years, I
something,
think,
but it's
yeah.
$85. That's
Yeah.
not a bad deal.
On to NCAA action. Heartbreak for Gonzaga. Heartbreak for many bracket holders. More underdog teams winning. In the Sweet 16 yesterday, Gonzaga lost to Florida State 75-60. So really hard loss for the Zags. I mean, not only did they lose, they got blown out 75-60. Up next for Florida State, they will be the underdogs again playing Michigan.
How
So-
them brackets?
Brackets are broken. Most brackets, according to ESPN, are devastated because the underdogs, as I said, keep winning.
Yeah, that Gonzaga loss had to be bad for
You know,
Scott Vanderpool. He
I
had
don't
him all the
remember.
way.
Yeah, I don't remember who I take because it's just right off the cuff who sounds good to me.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine I wouldn't take Gonzaga. That's our guys.
Well, the big bracket buster yesterday was Loyola, the Loyola Ramblers.
Yeah.
According to ESPN, like 2,000 people took them to win out of the billion people who fill out brackets every year. They were just not supposed to go this far. So taking a look at our brackets.
Yeah. I'm curious.
In last place would be Sarah.
Wow.
I was sure it was going to be. And I was going, what happened to my brackets?
I thought it
In
was
second
You're-
to
you're
last place.
Second to last place.
Victoria.
Be a little
There you
Tory.
go, Tori. In third to last place, the guy who was in second place before is Scott Vanderpool. He had the Zags going all the way.
Vanderpool's.
He built his whole bracket around the Zags, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, crazy person.
All right, on to the positives. Number one, Danny Bonaducci.
That's Danny Bonaducci at number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
At number two, Amy Bonaducci.
Wow.
Yeah, we stayed up all night figuring this
Yeah.
out, too.
At number three, Derek.
Yeah, Derek.
Way to go,
Welcome
man.
to the Winners Club.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
number 3.
It's lonely up here at the top.
Derek's still alive. My husband's in fourth place. Paul, you're in fifth place.
Yeah, I like to look at it as fourth to last, but
Yeah, me too.
at least that makes it sound like it's a little bit higher up the rankings.
Yep. So, Danny, you are still alive. You are.
Alive. I sprouted wings.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what's super crazy? How I told you ESPN said nobody took Loyola Chicago
Yeah.
except Danny Bonaducci
Except
has,
Danny Bonaducci.
has them going to the Final Four.
Wow.
Oh, I do?
You do, which is
Yeah,
great, Danny.
yeah.
They're still alive.
Right on.
They're the underdogs.
Of course.
Congratulations.
I made a sound decision.
All right, you guys have heard, by the way, sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys at 1-800-DUIOA. You've heard us talking about it. We want to make sure you're going to do something about it. $1,000, money for nothing, 13 times a day. You're going to get a new keyword. When you get that, you text in to win, and your next chance is coming up at 7:10.
This traffic report is brought to you by Muckleshoot Bingo on I-5 northbound near Highway 516. We have a disabled vehicle blocking the center lane. And on Highway 9 southbound at Highway 522 near Woodinville, there's an accident there blocking the shoulder, causing some minor delays. Muckleshoot Bingo is the destination for Machingo and 5 for 5 Mondays. That's right, on Monday, bingo sessions are just $5 with payouts up to $500. Plus, play 500 of the machines slot players love. 5 for 5 Mondays at Muckleshoot Bingo, the destination for Machingo. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
If you're ready to get engaged, you know you gotta go get your ring at Shane Company. Visit the store in Linwood or their website, shaneco.com. Maybe you need some inspiration. You're going to find so many different engagement ring styles: classic, modern, vintage, everything. But maybe you do have a vision for that engagement ring. Maybe you want to put some color in there, like a traditional blue sapphire or a radiant red ruby. You will also find that at Shane Company. You can personalize an engagement ring to make it uniquely yours. Some people want a heart shape, or you want an oval, a marquise, whatever it is that you're looking for, you are going to find it at Shane Company. And one of the things I love about shopping there is that their sales team does not work on commission. So if you want to go in there and look around at the engagement rings, you want to go get some inspiration or talk about the vision you have, they'll never pressure you into buying. You're going to have a wonderful buying experience at Shane Company, and each purchase comes with that free lifetime warranty. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company.
Coming up at 7:20, just a few short moments from now, we're playing a game called Who's Not Dead. Apparently, it's one of Paul's favorites because he gets to kill somebody. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But anyway, we're playing for tickets to see Dead and Company at the Gorge 7:20. Who's Not Dead right now at 7:02.
We had a strange story in the news about a woman in Australia who was arrested for a lewd act on a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when she was
One of
arrested,
the better ones, too.
there was no denying that she had been conducting this lewd act on a.
Well, she was on a train. Somebody had to conduct. How's it going to get anywhere?
But how'd she do it with that hat on?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Conductor's hat?
Well, she was arrested. They were both taken into custody, her and the man, as she had been speaking into Mr. Microphone. And her reason was that it was her birthday and
Right.
she'd always wanted to do that. So it was giving herself a birthday present.
All right. And that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She blew out the candles on his birthday cake.
I mean, that's a pretty strange birthday request, in
Yeah.
my opinion. But Danny,
What are the odds she's going to find the guy to say, yeah, okay, that sounds funny to me. Let's get on that full train full of people and do that.
yeah. But I know, Danny, you've been part of somebody's strange birthday request.
Yeah, I've been part of a couple different birthday requests, but in Chicago, and I actually had a job this time. Most of the crazy stuff I didn't have a job, so I had to do weird things. But I got paid $1,000 cash money to jump out of a cake at some lady's birthday.
Oh,
party.
really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Bizarre.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool.
That's
And
not even the one I was thinking of.
No, I know. Well, I'm just telling you a new one so that everybody hasn't heard a million times. I jumped out of a cake for $1,000 cash money.
That's
I'd
awesome.
do that
Yeah. Gibbons did it for nothing, remember?
in a bikini.
I didn't do it in a bikini. I was reasonably dressed.
Yeah, strange birthday request. Gibbons asked to jump out of your birthday cake wearing a bikini.
And I could not have been more proud.
Well, you guys listening, have you had an unusual birthday request? What was it? You can call 800-252-1025 now. Let us know.
So, a woman in Australia officially went down under. It was her birthday. She got on a train. She had a special, very special birthday request for some guy she didn't even know.
Yeah.
And so the question is, have you ever had a strange birthday request? 1-800-252-1025.
Good morning to Lenny in Tacoma.
Hey, Lenny, how you been, man?
Hey, good. How about you, you little sprite?
That's me. See, 'cause yeah.
You guys have such cute pet
Cute little
names for each
nicknames.
other.
He's the Lenster. Sometimes he's my hamster. I don't even know what's up with me and Lenny. Lenny, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, this happened in Australia also, and it was back in the 80s, and I was going from Sydney to Canberra, and it was my birthday, and it was on February 29th, and I asked the bus driver if there was any place around that I could get a six-pack of beers so I could drink it on the beach. And he got on the intercom and announced that they were going to make a slight detour inland. So we went to a pub inland, and when I was in there buying my beer, when I came back out to the bus, they had chipped in and bought a birthday cake for me. So we had birthday cake on the bus on my birthday
wow.
in
How
Australia.
cool is that? Well, every time I've been to Australia, and I think I've been like 3 times, nobody bought me a birthday cake, but it wasn't my birthday. They are extraordinarily friendly people.
Very, very nice people. That's a great story,
Yeah.
Lenny. Thank
you, Lenny.
800-252-1025 or text 90627. Have you ever had an unusual birthday request? We'd love to hear from you. Call now. Jeremiah in Seattle.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Morning, sunshine.
Morning, sweetheart. What do you got?
All right. Years ago when I was in the military, one of the spouses of one of my comrades there wanted to learn how to skydive.
Yeah.
So she says, take us up, teach me how to go. Well, we took her up and that, but the theme was you had to dress up as a superhero.
Wow.
And it's like, okay. So you might remember this because you're my age. Remember the show, The Greatest American Hero?
Of course.
Oh,
Believe it
yeah.
or not, I'm walking on air.
And I found a costume like that. Nobody could understand it, but this was the guy, the hero that, he had the powers, but he bumbled a lot. I mean, he flew into a building, couldn't control his powers and stuff. Needless to say, we jumped, and she dressed up as Wonder Woman in that. She had an awesome jump. She loved it. She continued on with it, but it was just one of those spur of the moment.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Jeremiah, I don't care for it.
No?
Not the story.
Skydiving or-
skydiving. I've gone
Jeremiah in
at
general?
least 10 times now. And,
Yeah.
and maybe it's because I wait so long between jumps. I'm terrified every single time
Yeah.
all over again. I think, why am I doing that to myself? But I like the Wonder Woman thing
That's
of
cute.
that. As there was a time, it was all over the news, people were jumping out of planes naked. That
Oh,
could
really?
not be good for you.
Oh.
Things,
Paul, didn't your dad ask for that for his birthday?
He did, yeah. It was. I'm gonna guess it was his 60th birthday, and we went up and did a jump together. It was both of our first time that we had ever. He had talked about it for years, and then I surprised him with it on his 60th birthday. So
I never
That's
get
fun.
that. Like George Bush, which whatever one, the old guy is.
90. He jumped
Yeah.
out at 90 or something.
Yeah.
That's a weird birthday
That
request,
is
in my
a
opinion.
super weird birthday request. By the way, speaking of birthdays, which I guess that we are, and you can give us a call at 1-800-252-1025. Did anybody catch that my friend Lenny's birthday is February 29th?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So he's only, 30 years old?
Oh, he's probably less than that.
yeah,
isn't
it's
he?
only every
20
4 years,
Oh,
right?
yeah, so he's probably 20 years old. Lenny.
Yeah. And he looks it too. Good looking boy. that
Every
Lenny.
4 years, and he's 20. You're saying Lenny's
He's
80 years old?
Okay, so my math
You're having a little problem with your math today, but that's all right.
All right, so he's 5 years old,
He's
right?
like 9 years old.
Yeah,
he's
he's
9
nine,
years
yeah.
old.
Lucas in
But he only
Renton.
looks 6.
Have you had an unusual birthday request, Lucas?
Yeah, well, for me and for my brother's is the 20th, and I turn 30 this upcoming Wednesday. Good to talk to you guys again, Danny. I just talked to you the other day about medical school.
Nice
Oh,
talk.
Yeah, we want puns this year. Just wordplay puns. That's the big request. Anything that's punny, as it were.
Right.
You're a weirdo.
Yeah.
And I mean that
Yeah, a
with
little
all
bit.
affection. But
I mean, most people that are actually funny people consider puns the lowest form of humor. I'm not necessarily one of those.
Yeah, I
but-
guess I'm not a funny person because I love me a good pun.
Yeah, no, and you're not.
Thanks.
can either of you give Lucas what he's asking for?
Go ahead. Can't do it off the top of my head.
I can't do one off the top of my head.
Paul?
I'm not good with puns.
No, but Lucas
You
probably
claim
has
to like
some.
'em.
I like them. I like hearing them. Lucas, lay one on us.
Oh, no.
No,
yeah,
there's
I don't have
not
one.
All right.
Some people, it's a real talent. They're clubs or people get around, gather together to be punny. It's like a
Punny,
trend.
that's one right there.
I think, is it?
Yeah,
Technically, is that
wordplay
one?
puns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all wordplay is puns. Hey, by the way, can you reply to us about your birthday wishes at our text number at 90627?
Sure, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
One person said they texted in 90627 said that their nephew asked for a tub of butter for his birthday.
Okay, that's weird.
That's weird, but we
My-
don't have an explanation.
My
as to why.
daughter, when she was, I don't know how old, but young, asked for a coffin. And when I said, you can't have a coffin, that's crazy and weird, she then said, didn't you sleep in a coffin through most of the Partridge Family? And I said, but I'm bitching. But that didn't go. So we got her a cheap coffin. And she didn't care after like 2 or 3 nights. Said, this
Yeah.
is stupid. I'm not doing this. I slept in mine for years.
That's got to have been a parenting problem for you when you say, oh, no, that's stupid and weird. The kids always have the opportunity to say, well, didn't you do that?
Didn't you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't you rob a bank? Yeah. Didn't you set fire to your hair? Yeah.
Greg and Redmond, have you had an unusual birthday request?
Good morning, gang.
Morning.
Yes. I requested that my girlfriend's best friend give me her alarm code so I could use their saltwater hot tub unlimited, and I was granted that request.
Well, that's nice.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess. Don't you feel like kind of intimate with anybody if you use their jacuzzi?
Yes. You're not using the
Yeah, you're not just using you're using their butt polisher, if you ask
Paul,
me.
have you had an unusual birthday request?
I didn't ever ask to use anybody's butt polisher.
No, yeah, you did. You used my jacuzzi. You're using my butt polisher.
But I did ask a couple of years ago for a half dozen live turkeys as a birthday present, and my lovely wife Holiday was kind enough to grant that request.
Was she?
And it's not, I guess for us, it's not a super weird request.
No, it's not.
But I'm guessing nobody else on the show has ever requested poultry for
Nope.
for
Nope.
a
The
birthday.
only wild turkey I ever had, I drank.
Live poultry? Nope. Tori, have you had an unusual birthday request?
I've always been a super girly girl, and when I was really little, I always had like princess parties and everything. But one year I wanted a dinosaur party, and I had a giant inflatable dinosaur. My parents bought me like a tent so I could act like I was a paleontologist, and I got a Barbie doll cake that was all bloody with a giant T-Rex.
Well, that's just adorable.
Yeah.
And her parents just feed into her weirdness.
I think her parents are great. I mean, there's no harm, no foul on that, right?
No.
Yeah, I think because you could just go, no, honey, you're weird, but why not?
I love like she's a girly girl with a freezer full of dead pets and a current set of rats as her pets.
No, she didn't say what kind of girly girl.
Yeah, this is true. And Derek, have you had an unusual birthday request?
Last year, I was downtown with some friends for one of their birthdays, and this guy just got super geezed. And as we're walking around, he sees one of those Lime bikes, and he goes, I want you to pay for me to ride that bike. And we knew it was a bad idea, but we're horrible people, so
Yeah.
we instantly paid for him to ride that
Absolutely.
bike. He made it about 10 feet before falling straight on his face.
That is
Just
awesome.
face planted as hard as I've ever seen anyone go down.
I like you and your friends, buddy.
Oh, hey, it's time to play one final round of Who's Not Dead.
Who's not dead?
This is for your chance to win tickets to Dead & Company June 29th at the Gorge. If you would like to play, then you need to call us right now at 800-252-1025. Queen on 102.5 KZOK. We are playing one final round of Who's Not Dead for tickets to see Dead and Company June 29th at the Gorge. This is a multiple choice game where you will have to tell us who is not dead from Danny's clue.
It's surprisingly difficult all week, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be so hard, but it's been tough for people.
Well, let's see if Marissa in Seattle can get it right.
Sweet Marissa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you for asking. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I do.
Do you understand the rules of the game?
I do.
Then if you listen, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. Today is the ex-child star edition of Who's Not Dead. Now, to win, you need to tell us which of these famous ex-child stars is not dead. Is it Lost Boy, Corey Haim? Is it What You Talking About, Willis, Gary Coleman? Or is it that wisecracking little Danny Partridge from the Partridge Family, the person who is currently speaking to you right now? Can you tell us who is not dead?
That would be you, Danny
That is me.
Bonaducci.
That is me.
All right,
Thank you for that, Paul.
Maybe Friday wasn't so tough. Surprisingly, Danny Bonaducci of those three is not
Full
dead.
on not dead.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Marissa. You are going to the Jeep Winners window in our lobby to pick up your tickets to see Dead and Company June 29th at the Gorge. Such a difficult edition of Who's Not Dead. I'm so happy you got that.
I'm so happy that Danny's not dead, too.
Me
Of
too. I'm
course.
pretty
Throw that in.
happy about that.
The giving's not over yet. At 7:50, we have got a pair of tickets to see Dane Cook at the EQC playing Where Has Sarah's Beaver Been? And the big news of the day is next.
This traffic report is brought to you by Taco Bell. In Woodinville on I-405 southbound as you approach 160th Street, we have an accident blocking the shoulder. And in Seattle on I-5 southbound near Fairview Avenue, currently the right lane is blocked, causing some stop-and-go traffic. Taco Bell is always coming out with crazy items. They just took it to the next level. They've made a taco shell completely out of fried egg and filled it with bacon, potatoes, and cheddar cheese. It's called the Naked Egg Taco, and you can now get two for just $3.49. It's all the breakfast you love wrapped in a fried egg shell. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
You know, I have been hearing from so many people how tired they are when Friday comes around. Some of you in your cars right now probably thinking, oh, I'm so tired. I just wish I got more sleep. It's not always about how many hours you sleep. It's about how good that sleep is. And if you're not sleeping a full night through, chances are it's your pillow. You need to get a MyPillow. And the time to do it is now because they've got the 4-pack special. 2 classic MyPillow, 2 Go Anywhere MyPillow, and you can get 50% off if you use the promo code KZOK. You're going to sleep the whole night through. You will fall asleep faster, and you're going to get a good night's sleep. They guarantee it. They do. They guarantee it. So if you're thinking about trying a MyPillow and you're not sure, there's a money-back guarantee, so what are you waiting for? Call 800-304-4756. That's 800-304-4756, and the promo code KZOK will get you 50% off. You can throw it in the washer and dryer. It is a made-in-America product. MyPillow. You can go to the website, mypillow.com. Don't forget the promo code KZOK.
This weather report is brought to you by the UPS store. It's going to be a stormy Friday. Expect rain, hail, thunderstorms, and even a chance of sun. Highs are going to be in the mid-40s, and it's currently 42 in downtown Seattle. With the UPS store, shredding services powered by Iron Mountain, you can have confidence knowing your private information is staying private. Visit the upsstore.com today to find one of 90 locally owned Seattle store locations in your neighborhood. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Hey, now don't go off to work uninformed. Stick around for the big news of the day.
Some of the stories we'll be talking about: the fastest growing metro area in the USA. What is it? I think the answer will surprise you. The studies are in, and you will not believe what is on your fingertips. Yes, your fingertips. Remember that movie Armageddon? It may be a reality. We'll tell you more next.
And as always, the big news of the day is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorcer. Man, you should call 1-800-DIVORCE or go online to goldbergjones.com.
A lot of eyes this morning have been on France, where a gunman believed to have killed 3 people took hostages and refuge in a supermarket. That situation has now been contained. Armed police are reported to have shot the suspect. They believe he is from Morocco and had pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group, ISIS. So this remains under serious investigation, but many people injured, and they believe 3 people were killed.
Well, no matter what, it is a tragedy. But I don't know if it was on or off the air. Maybe it was you, Sarah, said, did they take over the supermarket because of the food thing?
I kind of said that in jest.
Oh, you did? I thought it was genius. I never would have thought of it. But in all the hostage movies, the big thing is negotiating food. Is the food going to be drugged or anything like that? I thought that was very clever. I did think, oh, man, I don't have a can opener, which would drive me crazy, but go to the next aisle. But yeah, I never would have thought of that.
And according to information released by the U.S. Census Bureau, we now know what metro area of the United States is the largest growing, the fastest growing, St. George, Utah.
Huh.
And they said people who live there have noticed because there are cranes and construction everywhere.
Yeah, I know exactly how they feel.
Yeah.
St. George, Utah, the fastest growing metro area in the U.S. of A., followed by Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh, I like Myrtle Beach. But is this fair? Because let me just see how this works. Say 3 guys live in one of these loser places, and 3 more guys move it. They've doubled their population in an afternoon.
That's growing really fast. Yeah.
Right. So is it because they're tiny little places?
Some of it is, indeed. Yeah, but
Plus,
it's
Myrtle Beach rocks, but still, I wouldn't move there.
Utah, it might not even be new people moving in. They're just having so many kids.
Right. Distinct possibility.
It is people moving, too. They don't count children.
Nobody counts children. They're stupid.
They said that there's also a lot of people moving to Greeley, Colorado, Bend, Oregon, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and Boise, Idaho.
Not one real place. It's kind of Boise because I've heard of it.
Yeah, I like both Coeur d'Alene and Bend, Oregon. Oh,
yeah, I've heard of Bend.
Oregon's nice.
Well, there's a crazy new research study out that shows even if you do not do drugs, there is a surprisingly good chance your fingerprints have traces of cocaine and even heroin.
Wow.
Paul.
So I was just trying to see if I could get the residual off, you know?
Don't sniff your fingers. People think weird stuff.
According to this study, which has been published on phys.org, which is a University of Surrey out of England's organization, they said...
because it sounds like a made-up website, phys.org. Like,
it does.
Let's go to the trusted source, phys.org.
like as in physician.
No, that kind of fizz. I was going to F-I-Z-Z.
Yeah, so was I. I was going to something that bubbles up. Effervescent.
And an emoji in there for some reason, which I don't even think works on the internet.
The problem is money.
That's always the problem.
The problem is money and people shaking hands. If a drug user or a drug dealer touches money and then it's in the public hands, it gets circulated, or if you shake hands with somebody who has then touched money with drugs on it, you have trace amounts of drugs in your finger.
It used to be the thing that every $20 bill, I don't know why, but he did it with 20s, but every $20 bill had cocaine on it. That was from people snorting cocaine with $20 bills and then those getting it. And here's an interesting, I say, God's retribution, if you will. People started getting hepatitis from their $20 bill because you get blood on it because you carve your nose up.
Well, there is a very crazy story from NASA.
Yeah.
Operation Hammer. It might sound like a song from the 80s, or it might sound like a villain's master scheme from James Bond. But this is NASA's plan, Operation Hammer, to deal with asteroids threatening the Earth. There is one the size of the Empire State Building that could crash into planet Earth in the year 2135. NASA says the asteroid, Bennu, has a slim chance, but a chance nevertheless, of striking Earth. Therefore, Operation Hammer would send a 9-ton spacecraft up to smash Bennu, just like Armageddon.
Yeah, they're going to send Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck up there.
That's how I do it, and then he's going to have sex with that guy's daughter, and everybody's going to be mad.
With Steven Tyler's daughter.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Steven Tyler wasn't even in the movie.
No, he wasn't.
In a way,
but
he was.
His daughter
Yeah.
was.
Didn't he do the theme song?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yep.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
I mean, totally stupid.
premise, yeah.
but
so
fantastic. Steve Buscemi. Oh,
Yeah.
and one of those Wilsons, the nose one. Nose
Yeah.
Wilson.
Nose Wilson was in
Yeah,
that?
Owen Wilson.
Was he really?
Luke Wilson? One of the Wilson
I have
brothers.
a confession to make.
One of the Wilson twins.
I've never seen
No, don't even say it. Don't even speak, Sarah.
I've never seen
No,
it.
stop speaking.
You heard him. I don't even agree with him, but I think, don't speak, Sarah.
It's like saying you didn't see Top Gun. Come on, Sarah.
Well, of
I
course
heard
I've seen Top Gun.
I heard Goose gets killed.
Oh, spoiler alert.
It was Owen Wilson alongside Billy Bob Thornton and Michael
Yes.
Clark Duncan.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
is Owen
May he
Wilson
rest
the
in
Nose
peace.
Wilson?
Yes.
I get those Wilsons confused.
All right, so that's on my to watch list. I'm sure it's on Netflix. I'll watch it this weekend.
Yeah, do so.
Do you think it's like you missed the window on it?
I
I mean,
don't
we
wanna
just
miss a
did
thing.
tell her all, like, a lot of what happens. She doesn't want to miss a thing.
I got
Listen,
it.
That's a pun, I think.
I don't think it's a pun. I think you're very confused
It's
as to
funny.
what puns are.
Derek, will you look up some famous puns for us? All right,
Sure.
also.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that
What is happening now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, see?
Oh my God!
Another story making big news has to do with Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Balluminati. It's not the weird egg taco with no shell. It's made out of egg. Taco Bell tortilla chips are headed to stores.
Oh,
3 different flavors: classic, mild, and fire. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
It's the packet flavors,
Right.
the hot sauce packets.
the ones I just steal I feel like I'm costing them money every time I go there.
Because you take all the
I
packets.
literally, I just stuff my pockets. with
Isn't
them.
your wife obsessed with the Taco
Yes, she
Bell
is
hot sauces?
obsessed.
We don't have a release date yet, but Taco Bell chips, tortilla chips,
Yeah.
headed to stores.
All right,
Sounds pretty delightful to
it
me.
does.
Anything yet there, Derek?
Herb gardeners who work extra get time and a half.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not only a pun, but it's a spelling joke
Yeah.
with a Y.
Fantastic.
instead of
That's a
an
good
I.
one.
Nice. Thank you, Derek.
Got any more?
Really?
Last night, I kept dreaming that I had written Lord of the Rings. The wife said I'd been Tolkien in my sleep.
Okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but I like it. I like it. A literary pun.
Whose birthday are we making?
Lucas.
Lucas, thank you. Happy birthday, Lucas.
Happy
Those were
birthday,
you.
Lucas.
Also making big news, Hilarity for Charity.
Yeah.
This is a new Netflix charity comedy special that has just been announced. James Corden, Tiffany Haddish, Sacha Baron Cohen, aka Borat, and Seth Rogen. This is all to raise awareness for Alzheimer's disease and to raise funds for research into the illness. There are going to be all sorts of people appearing. There's going to be music as well. Kumail Nanjiani will also be taking part. Craig Robinson, The Muppets.
Oh, the
Michael
Muppets.
Che. Yeah. We don't have a date yet, but Hilarity for Charity will reportedly premiere on Netflix next month.
Is that a pun, by the way?
Hilarity for charity? No, that's
See,
just,
I don't
that's
think
a
so.
rhyme.
Okay.
I got one more for you.
Yeah,
This will
shoot.
apply to the Dooch Man. My ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is steadily improving.
Oh, that's a pun?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not terrible.
I like that
Yeah, I
one.
like that too.
All right, that's the big news of the day. It's brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men, 1-800-DIVORCE, or online at goldbergjones.com.
Yeah, you wondered, is there more? I'm telling you, there is coming up. It's Where Has Sarah's Beaver Been? And if you know, you could win a pair of tickets to see Dane Cook at EQC.
Call right now, 800-252-1025 to play and win.
Do.
Doo-doo.
Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah.
My God.
I think I was supposed to stop.
You were.
Doo-doo.
Looking around, all around town. Because Sarah's beaver was on Patches the Clown. Hello, Sarah, won't you give me a clue? I'll find your beaver and I'll be calling you. Where's Sarah's beaver? I gotta know. Where's Sarah's beaver? I gotta know. Where's Sarah's beaver? I want to win on Danny's show on KZOK.
Of course you want to win. We have a fabulous prize, a pair of tickets to see Dane Cook June 16th at the EQC.
Oh, he'll give you some puns. That guy's funny.
He is funny. Very funny. Each week the beaver goes someplace new. We post the pictures to KZOK.com, Facebook.com/Sarah's Beaver. You look at those pictures, you enjoy, and you win if you get it right. Abe Simpson.
Hey, Wayne, how the hell are you, man?
Sarah's beaver was seen with a large machete hanging the Easter bunny off a cliff over shark-infested waters, demanding to know where that Easter chocolate is.
Well, that sounds like that's got to be correct.
Yeah, very specific.
Yeah.
Has to be right.
Very specific, but certainly makes my beaver sound evil.
Yeah.
Good
Which I think we
point.
all knew.
Yep. Abe, Wayne, I am so sorry, my friend. That is not correct. Let's try Corey in Bellevue. Corey, do you know where Sarah's beaver's been this week?
Cisco Field.
Yeah, that's a nice shot in the dark there, because I know the beaver's been there, right?
She's certainly been there. Yeah.
Been there, and
But I heard her specifically say this week.
Maybe the Beaver will be going next week when the Mariners start playing on Thursday, but they wouldn't let her in this early.
No, all right.
I'm sorry, Corey. That is incorrect.
Usually a good beaver can get in, maybe even backstage.
Darren in Bellevue, where has Sarah's Beaver been?
Good morning. I want to say in Hawaii at the Volcano National Park.
Wow.
Holding the Easter Bunny over the edge of the volcano, demanding to know where the chocolate bunny was.
Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice job,
Your
Darren.
beaver vacations well.
I know, it really does.
Indeed.
Used to summer in Maine, now winters in Maui.
Congratulations, Darren. You're going to the Jeep winners window in our lobby to pick up your tickets to see Dane Cook June 16th at the EQC. The giving does not stop.
No.
Another chance for you to win $1,000 comes 10 after 8.
This traffic report is brought to you by Taco Bell. We do have an accident blocking the shoulder on 405 southbound as you approach 160th Street near Woodinville. And in Seattle on I-5 southbound at Fairview Avenue, there's an incident there that's blocking the right lane. Taco Bell is always coming out with crazy items. They just took it to the next level. They've made a taco shell completely out of fried egg and filled it with bacon, potatoes, and cheddar cheese. It's called the Naked Egg Taco, and you can now get 2 for just $3.49. It's all the breakfast you love wrapped in a fried egg shell. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
You just can't escape the news about the real estate market in Western Washington. It is red hot. And if you are tired of renting, you can still get in on the action. If you look at all the latest data from Trulia, they said it is not slowing down. This is a great time to buy a house. But if you're ready to do it, you need to talk to my friends at American Financing. They're the ones that can help you get into a home. Whether it's your first home or your 5th home, they are going to help you. American Financing are the salary-based mortgage experts that can help you figure out the loan that is right for you. You need to have all your paperwork ready. You need to know exactly how much house you can get and what kind of loan is going to be right for you. American Financing will help you every step of the way. They're a family-owned company. They They know how important it is for your future to get in on getting a house. American Financing are known for their custom loan programs, so reach out to them at 206-204-3200 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334.
It is just 2 brief minutes after 8 o'clock in the morning. I would like to remind you the iHeartRadio app is the place to listen to live KZOK on the go, or you can catch daily podcasts of this very show. Plus, you can create custom radio stations tailored to your taste. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
That's right. Get that app right now.
Right.
There are a lot of people who have been upset with Facebook over the recent data leaks and over the information about the possible interference from Russia in our elections.
I feel bad for that Gutenberg guy, whatever his name is. That guy,
Mark Zuckerberg.
I
think
bad
he's still
for him.
okay, though. I think
I
he's
feel
in
that,
life.
but
He's doing all
I
right.
realize that he's still rich and powerful and all that kind of stuff. But I saw him say, it's a real bad breach of trust. I'm sorry. Just like that, like a normal, like a kid who's in trouble. I felt bad for him.
He does seem very upset by all of this, but it doesn't help what happened. I mean, the data breaches did happen. The data leaks did happen.
Yeah.
And we do know there are ongoing concerns about Facebook and Russia interfering in upcoming elections, that it's not even over yet. So some people have decided to quit Facebook.
Yeah, they have.
And some of those people have chosen to move on to Instagram. Why is that funny?
Why is that funny?
Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah. And they're all essentially, we think that we're the customer for those social media platforms. We're not. We're the product.
Yeah.
Right.
We're what they're selling. They want to collect the data on us and give that to advertisers or anybody who wants to market to us, whether it's politics or product.
Yep.
From what I have read and heard, Facebook is doing exactly what it was designed to do. That nothing out, they're not going, how'd this happen?
Yes.
Like they designed it to do this.
Right.
And now it's gone too far. It's like a HAL in 2001: A Space Odyssey, whatever year that was, where it has gone and run amok.
Yeah. Well, some people have been moved to quit, and this isn't anything new. Oftentimes you decide you don't want to use a product or a business or a person because of something that happened.
Yeah.
And I know it's going to sound super weird, but I decided to stop going to Chick-fil-A when, Danny, you and I lived in Philadelphia. They had them in New Jersey. And I went over there, and I was sitting with our producer at the time, and the man working there came over and said, "God bless you." And I said, "I'm not ever coming to Chick-fil-A again." I thought that was so bizarre.
Had you just sneezed?
Nope.
No, you hadn't sneezed?
You decided to not go to a business. There wasn't anything else happening. The guy just said, "God bless you."
No, on the receipt, too, it said something like "God loves you," or,
What terrible
praise Jesus.
people that
How
they
dare
put that.
they?
Well, I didn't want the two worlds blending, so I decided
What two worlds? Chicken and faith?
religion and
Yeah.
fast
Chicken?
food. Yeah, so I decided I'd never go to Chick-fil-A again.
Yeah.
They also don't have anything on the menu for vegetarians.
Oh, well, that's a good, probably maybe even a better reason for you not to go there.
Might want to open with that because you sound a little crazy.
What did you do while you were there? Just eat the buns?
French fries.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just thought it was super weird, and I didn't like it. I
The
didn't
no
like
vegetarian things.
the religion.
Some
Walking
people-
around telling
People
people
are bothered by that.
I
for sure.
realize that, but I hear "God bless you" a couple times a day from people who flat out don't mean it. It's a thing to say to
Yeah.
a lot of people. Oh, God bless. As a matter of fact, I say it in that tone all the time. God bless you. And if you ask God, I'm sure he'll say I'm very important to him. But I don't
Chick-fil-A
mean
means it, though.
I don't mean any harm by it.
I don't think
Chick-fil-A
anybody means
are
harm
a
by it.
faith-based business, though. That's
Yeah.
why they're closed on Sundays.
And there are certainly people who have, there's been news stories about their different religious views and practices, and there are people who have decided not to go to that business because of it.
Yep.
Not just because they said, God bless you, but for other reasons.
Yeah. I mean, Danny, you've been moved to quit stuff, haven't you? And I'm not talking drugs and alcohol, obviously.
Well,
something.
no, yeah, I'll talk about drugs. I don't know that they fit the banner, but I've actually gone out of my way to quit stuff before. My wife does this one, and therefore I must follow suit because, well, I'm a coward and I'm afraid of my wife. And
Aren't we all, though?
we, on several occasions, since Donald Trump has become president, or at least was running for president, had the occasion to stay in a Trump hotel paid for by other folks.
Yep.
And Amy refused. And I hear they're super nice hotels, but apparently I've quit Trump hotels.
Yeah,
but
you're
not
not
because I don't like
alone.
Trump. It's because I like my wife. You got to do what you're told. God bless her. Ooh.
Well, you guys listening, when have you been moved to quit something or stop using something? A lot of people stopping Facebook because of the data leaks. Danny, you are not alone with the Trump hotels refusing to stay there. What was it for you guys? Call us now. Let us know. 800-252-1025, or you can text 90627.
Apparently, let's see, Zuckerberg and Vladimir Putin in bed together. Literally. Oh, he's such a cute boy. And people are jumping off the Facebook bandwagon. And the question is, what have you been moved to quit? Here's our phone number. It's 1-800-252-1025.
Let's start with Richard in Stanwood.
Hey, Richard.
Hi. Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
There's certain movies that I won't watch that have certain actors like Antonio Banderas, Nicolas Cage, and there's another one. His name is Kevin Hart for another one, and then this other guy named Kevin. He's from.
Okay, I hope I'm not about to learn something terrible because I like each and every one of these.
single one of them.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
And some a lot, but all pretty good. What's wrong with these guys?
I think they're just bad actors.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I thought they were like communists.
I thought
did
they were
stuff
all
to kids or
joining a cult or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So Richard just quit something because he just doesn't like those guys.
By the way, an argument can be made for Nicolas Cage being the world's worst actor.
Yeah.
But the same argument can be made for he's the best actor ever.
Moonstruck.
Come
He was
on.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Con Air. I mean, come on. And don't even tell me you didn't see Con Air, Sarah.
Of course I've seen Con Air,
Okay,
Paul.
thank
He's
goodness.
lying.
How about Mark in Seattle? When have you been moved to quit something?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Morning.
I pretty much boycotted Starbucks after Howie sold the Sonics, which was a tragedy for the Northwest. And then to piggyback off the first caller, anything to do with Matthew McConaughey, I find him annoying and very self-important, and he's kind of a douche, let's face it.
You guys are way more committed to your way of thought than I am.
Yeah.
All right, I hate that bastard. He sold the Sonics. How could he? Ooh, I'm thirsty. And there I'm there. I'm there in line.
That was big at the time.
I've
though.
heard
A
it
lot
more
of
than
people-
once.
And a lot of people were saying that they're boycotting Starbucks.
And then,
but
according to their stock, they don't have stock. They're probably but according to the line in the store, they're
Right.
doing fine.
How about Richard in Seattle? When have you been moved to stop using something?
Hey, good morning. How are you people?
We're very.
You
Wait, what do you
people.
mean, you people? All right, what do you got for us?
I stopped going to Walmart about 25 years ago because I bought a portable radio, and after a week and a half, it stopped working. I took it in to get a refund or replacement, and the lady said they didn't give refunds on electronics. She called her supervisor, and she started laughing and said, "Yeah, that's what I told the guy."
wow.
Oh, 25 years, he's sticking to it.
Yeah, and I like him for it. I like
too.
whether I think he's right or wrong. I like that he stuck to his guns. Does it count that when I threatened the life of a bank manager and they said you can never come here again?
Well, that wasn't by choice. You
Oh,
didn't
okay.
quit
I
that
just
bank by
was
choice.
checking. I was just checking.
You quit that bank by court
By
order.
court order. 25 feet away. What's that going to do to anybody?
John and Yelm, when did you quit something and why?
All right. How's
Yeah.
it going, you people?
What do
What do you mean, you people?
Well, let me tell you about you people.
All right.
People are great.
Thank you.
So I quit McDonald's.
Okay.
Why?
I tell you what, I was stationed over in Germany. The best damn food you'll ever taste in your whole entire life is McDonald's.
Right.
I came back to the U.S. The worst food you ever taste in the whole entire world. Tastes like garbage.
McDonald's is better in Germany?
I say the golden American arches are better on foreign soil.
Nah, I don't buy it.
I think Donald Trump is going to have you arrested.
Well, I have a question. We have some guests in studio. It's Earl and Cindy Bricker from Angry Fish Jam.
Yeah.
And when John said that McDonald's is better in Germany, Earl, you were shaking your head yes. Say something in the microphone. Is that true? Is McDonald's better in Germany?
They have beer there.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It is better. It's a fact.
You can wash it down nicer, that's for sure.
Let's hear from Rhonda in Covington.
Hey, Rhonda.
Hi, guys. Love you. Love your show.
Well, thank you.
I quit Jack in the Box on 9/11. It was a particular Jack in the Box. 9/11, I went through the drive-thru, and they had posted Osama bin Laden's picture as Employee of the Month, and they were celebrating.
Wow.
I never, ever went back.
I don't think that's corporate policy. I think that was one really
here's
stupid
what
person.
happened. As you can tell by this very range, and I appreciate the sentiment. If you think what you thought happened, never go back there again. And I agree with your choice.
Absolutely.
Here's what happened. As you can tell by listening to this station, any hour of the day, some people have no concept of what's funny.
Yeah.
And they're taking
Are
a
you
picture.
talking about us?
They put a picture because it went around. There was Osama bin Laden toilet paper. There
Yeah.
was all sorts of things. They didn't make up that thing, Employee of the Month. They bought it at a store. Everybody had it. So they are shamefully stupid, but I don't think they are rooting for Osama.
Well, that's tough too, because it does seem like that was one person as opposed to a company policy. I'm sure not every Jack in the Box had an offensive poster up.
Right, and again, they probably didn't think it was offensive. They probably thought it was hysterical.
Yeah. There's a text in 90627, and they say they quit hot dogs because they got gout. I guess
that'll do it.
That's a good enough reason to quit.
Oh, got the gout. Can't eat red meat.
Who gets
and
gout?
fatty
King
foods.
Henry gets gout.
Right.
You'd be surprised, Dooch man.
I would.
Dave in Shelton, when were you moved to quit something?
Happy Friday, you guys.
Happy Friday to you, Dave. What do you got for us?
I stopped using a local home.
What?
What, Dave?
He quit AT&T because of his phone and his
Oh,
crappy reception.
Good answer.
Sorry, Dave. We lost you, bud.
I'm a little afraid to ask about Pam in Redmond. What was it for you, Pam?
Hey, Pam.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Danny.
Hey.
Well, Amazon. I hate Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Why? We love them.
Well, because everything I've ever bought in there didn't work, and the return policy sucks, and I just think they're too big for the britches.
You know,
you're using it wrong.
Here's the thing with that. A lot of that, the second half of that statement is completely, in my opinion, I'm interpreting here. They're too big for their britches. I hear it constantly.
Right.
You know, I'm a huge fan of theirs because I'm into world domination. I think that's good. I think that Bezos should grow horns and move into my house because I think it's all good. But a lot of people are so... Because I happen to use them and I've never had a problem with them. And if I did have any kind of small problem, they fixed it and they were real sorry. So, because if you listen to the show and you take everybody at their word, we so far have quit McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Jack in the Box,
We quit Starbucks,
and Amazon. I don't believe it's true.
Right. I think they're all still in business.
I think they're all doing okay.
There's some operator error, Pam, that you should only buy from Amazon Direct. Don't buy through third parties because that's where the return policy isn't working. If you buy from Amazon Direct, it's free shipping and free returns.
They've got those star ratings.
If you buy the world's most delicious spiced jams from Angry Fish Jam, Earl will bring it to your house himself, and he's an imposing man, and he will be there with your jam.
Can you imagine? He just shows up at your door.
You bought jam! My name is Earl, and I'm angry.
He's very nice. Why Angry Fish? Why is it called Angry Fish?
By the way, Earl specifically told us not to talk to him.
Yeah.
So while you there speak
Cindy.
for us there.
Cindy, go up to your microphone. Speak in there.
We have a tile in our kitchen with an angry-looking fish.
Yeah.
We're trying to think of a name that people would remember, and it's stuck.
Well, it's a good name, but I would say, is it Spice Jams? Is that the way to describe this stuff?
Spicy.
Some of
So
it's
hot,
spicy.
Some of them are
like
spicy.
habanero and anything. Anyway, look it up on the internet or whatever you want to do. It is awesome, and they're here, and they're our guests. And Earl will come to your house and scare you, and then give you jelly.
Facebook.com/angryfishedmonds. Delightful.
Delightful.
Paul, is there something that you have been moved to quit?
Yeah. Do you guys remember when the pictures surfaced with the founder of Jimmy John's, Jimmy John himself?
Yeah, super fast that guy.
With all the like dead big game hunting he was doing, and
yeah.
like picture of him next to a dead elephant.
Yep.
The elephant one was the one that actually moved me to stop ordering sandwiches, and I love their sandwiches.
Plus, you, like that elephant, will never forget.
Right, exactly. And I know a lot of people did, but mine unfortunately was temporary because those sandwiches are so good.
So good.
And they're so
And I
fast.
admire your honesty.
Yeah, so-
I meant to never go here again because
Right.
you're an animal killer. Ooh,
Yeah.
could you make one of those with a BLT? That'd be awesome.
I made it like a solid 3 weeks before I was like, oh, can I get one of them sandwiches?
I quit Playboy after they said, no more nude chicks. And they put nude chicks back in, and I was on it.
Tori, have you been moved to quit something?
Yeah, I quit Uggs for a lot of reasons,
Yeah.
but mainly because I found out that it's the skin of a sheep and it's still intact. I'm like, that's disgusting. Also, Pamela Anderson promoted it and she's hot, so.
She just I was
What?
learning she was
Confused.
wearing sheep on her feet.
She's wearing sheep
What
on
did you
her.
think you were wearing on your feet?
I don't know, they were comfy, but they were ugly.
They
so-
were ugly, darling. I'm glad you gave them up because they are ugly
Ew.
shoes.
Well, don't give us up because we've got the news coming up next.
Seeing about a 20-minute delay near Woodinville on I-405 southbound as you approach 160th Street. And over on I-5 southbound at exit 42 near Kelso Avenue, there's an accident blocking the left lane, causing about a 20-minute delay. Staples helps you keep your ink stocked and your business moving all year long. Now trade in your old printer and save up to $80 on a new Epson EcoTank, including up to 2 years of ink. Ends 3/24. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Oh, the weekend is here. To so many people, like, oh, I get to sleep late this weekend. Well, what about if you just went to sleep regular and woke up regular and felt awesome? It is attainable. Chances are you are sleeping on an old pillow. You probably don't even realize how old and sad and saggy it is. Maybe you're thinking, ooh, when was the last time I washed this? Chances are it's been a really long time. If you have a My Pillow, you can wash it whenever you feel like it. It's machine washable, and then you throw it in the dryer and it's like new. Plus, it stays plumped up and fluffy all the time. That's the great thing about My Pillow. You fall asleep and you stay asleep. There is no waking up in the middle of the night and flipping it over to the cool side or saying, oh, I need to fold this in half because it's not supporting my head. It will always support your head. My Pillow is fantastic. And the special they have right now is fantastic. The 4-pack special, 2 classic My Pillow, 2 go anywhere My Pillow. You can get 50% off if you use the promo code KZOK. Call 800-304-4756, 800-304-4756, or mypillow.com with promo code KZOK.
This weather report is brought to you by Taco Bell. A stormy Friday is underway. You can expect rain, hail, thunderstorms, and even a chance of sun. Highs in the mid-40s, and it's currently 42 in downtown Seattle. Taco Bell is always coming out with crazy items. They just took it to the next level. They've made a taco shell completely out of a fried egg and filled it with bacon, potatoes, and cheddar cheese. It's called the Naked Egg Taco, and you can now get 2 for just $3.49. It's all the breakfast you love wrapped in a fried egg shell. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Officials say 2 credit card skimmers were found at a Centralia gas station this week, adding to the number of data stealing machines that have been found in similar locations across western Washington the past few months. These skimmers were found by a state inspector at a service station on Mellon Street. They've also found several in Lewis County. Skimmers fit into ATMs or gas station card readers and then collect your credit card info, the PINs, and everything. They said that right now, you tend not to notice them because they are sleek, and ATMs are making it harder for having the skimmers, but gas stations are behind the times, and that you can still get your credit card information stolen. They said that it's time for the gas pumps to try to get more modern so that the skimmers can't be attached.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of these things, and you really wouldn't know that, that there's something else there. It looks like just part of the gas pump.
Yep. And China announced a $3 billion list of U.S. goods, including pork, apples, and steel this morning, that they say could be hit with higher tariffs.
Not apples. That's our thing.
Not pork.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Apples
What would China do without our pork?
Well, they still want it. They're just going to put a tariff on it, right?
The problem is it's apples, steel, and wine, which will directly affect Washington.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to directly affect pork chops and applesauce.
Yeah,
There's
right.
2 of the major ingredients.
Well, this is all about Donald Trump saying that this is, global commerce, that he's got plans for tariffs in China. If they retaliate, it could affect wine and apples from Washington, and it will also affect Boeing, because China is supposed to be buying a boatload of planes.
It's, in my opinion, it is some sort of trick that he's going to negotiate us out of this. Because it started with tariffs like crazy. You out of your mind, you got steel and aluminum. Well, not if you're Mexico. Not if you're Canada.
Right.
Now, not if you're Germany, not if you're England, not if you're like 9 other
Australia,
places. My money is on that Mr. Trump has got, or at least people that work with him have got some design to not let us hit this.
On to national and international news brought to you by Car Toys. France's Interior Ministry says that the suspect has been taken out in that terrible hostage situation that occurred in southwestern France this morning. Now, it looks as though 3 people were killed. France says that the perpetrator of this heinous crime is a 26-year-old petty criminal who had been considered radicalized and was under police surveillance. He is thought to be from Morocco. His name is Radouane Lakdim, and police did shoot him after storming the supermarket early this morning in France.
That's very young, and we had that 24. Was he 24? The bomber in Austin.
Yeah, it does seem like people are quite young.
Yeah, we grabbed a 17-year-old in, I think, Turkey, but I'm not positive. A 17-year-old Brit.
Yeah, man.
And authorities in Florida responded to an auto shop. Workers said the woman pulled her car in and said, "Man, there's some weird sounds coming from under the hood." Well, they opened up the hood to take a look and found an opossum.
Wow. I thought she said an apostle. So that's so weird. We need all 12 of those, don't we?
This opossum had become stuck between the front grille and the engine. And believe it or not, he was totally fine.
Yeah, for some reason there's a spot in there where I didn't personally have, but I know about this, that cats went in my neighbor's yard and they'd curl up in the engine and they took it and they said, "Here, kitty, kitty," and they came out there. So there must be a safe place for them.
A Pennsylvania couple wanted their coworkers to be able to attend their wedding, so they decided to hold their ceremony in a place where everybody could go.
Jail.
The garden center at Walmart.
Oh, close enough with jail.
Did they have permission, or was it just like spur of the moment?
That's
Let's
genius.
do it here. Like
Run
a
in
flash
there with-
wedding.
Run in there with a minister. Do you? Do
That'd
you?
be awesome.
Yeah, do. All right. You did.
They actually did have permission because one of them is an employee of Walmart.
And think about it. The flower arrangements are already done. They're all around the garden center.
Yep.
It's genius.
Barbecue.
Yeah, there's barbecue
Paddleboard,
right
which
there.
is big in that store.
They said a lot of people did show up for the wedding, but there were a lot of people there who weren't invited because it was open.
Yeah, they didn't kick them out, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
They're just trying to get their bag of manure.
No, I think by implication, everyone's invited.
Yeah.
Is that what you do when you go to Walmart? You get a bag of manure?
And out in the garden center, yeah.
You got to think where Paul lives compared to where we live.
Right.
We live in
I
a
mean,
city.
I have plenty of manure, but you folks would need some manure.
We would need it, yep.
Yeah. And do you burn some for warmth?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Right.
what we do. That's actually our main heating source.
And that's what your roof is made out of too, right?
Absolutely. 100%. And I took my wagon train to work this morning.
A terrible mom is in the news.
All right.
A North Carolina mother was one of those many people lately who have filmed themselves doing something highly illegal and posting it to social media. This woman helped her 1-year-old daughter smoke marijuana in videos that she then posted online, thinking it was hilarious.
Tell me somebody came along and took this kid away from her.
They did, Danny.
I'm just going to call him Little Bong Hit. Take a little bong hit right out of that house.
The mom is 20 years old.
Do you know what she says when she wants that kid to come? Come here. Come here.
Well, in the videos, it does show a 1-year-old girl holding a cigarello, taking puffs.
Wow. They got to get that kid in Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah.
Terrible. She has been arrested, child abuse charges, marijuana possession, delinquency of a minor.
Oh, that's awful.
And police say members of the public are the ones who alerted them to
Good.
the video. And they posted a thank you on Facebook saying, if you see something of this nature, report them. Because obviously
I
this
saw
is a
some of
terrible
this
mom.
nature, and they called it almost every kid in Cambodia. Remember that little kid that was chain smoking? Like
Or,
blowing
Indonesia,
smoke?
too.
Indonesia,
Yeah.
yeah. What's up with these wacky kids and their wackier parents?
Yeah, I think you can't blame the kids. Like,
Oh, I
especially
can.
under like 4 years old. I don't think you can really blame the kid.
You know why I can blame him right to his face? Because I'll fight him. What's he, like 2 feet tall?
You'll
I got-
fight a 4-year-old
I got him.
Indonesian boy.
Right away. Well, he'll be out of breath because he smokes.
Yeah. I still think he has better lungs than
There's
you,
a
man.
chance He's got it.
And we know things are not right in Florida.
Yeah, we do.
A Spring Hill, Florida man was arrested for DUI. He had been driving erratically. Witnesses called police on him, said there's a guy out front in the street who keeps crashing into mailboxes and other vehicles. Police arrived at the scene and approached the man, who was all sorts of drunk. He got out of the vehicle, started to try to chase a man who was walking his dog, and that's when he fell over. Cops said, okay, blow into this. He blew.
The breathalyzer.
How
Let's be
drunk
clear
were-
about that.
That's the test right there. If you say blow into this and they do, they're drunk.
And then, I mean, you get off, right? You're not going to get
Well,
a ticket.
somebody has to.
He blew a .316.
Woo! Wait, a what?
.316.
I heard that part, Paul. My goodness gracious. I always heard, but somebody's been drunk on that. I thought 4 was dead.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
You could certainly operate him
You
on
can
it.
operate on some
Yeah.
guy. What if he doesn't need an operation. He's just so drunk we can operate. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
His mugshot is pretty spectacular. His eyes are very wide open. So he might have had a little bit of help with getting his blood alcohol up that high.
There is something about being at the police station involuntarily surrounded by cops and one camera that gives you a kind of startled expression.
Yeah. You would know that
I
from
would know
personal
that.
experience.
There are many ways Americans stand out when traveling abroad. They tell you, leave the fanny pack at home, leave away the, don't wear your grandfather's sneakers, shorts, because most people over in Europe don't wear shorts. But there's another way a bunch of students stood out. 20-year-old Americans studying abroad in Florence decided to make pasta.
Yeah, right
They
on.
put the pot in the stove, they put the pasta in the pot, and then it caught fire. Why, you ask?
Why? I do ask why.
They didn't put any water in.
Well, these are stupid Americans.
The fire department were able to extinguish the fire, and they said, that's okay, we're not so good at cooking pasta either. which was clearly a lie to make them feel
Right.
better.
No, I think it's very cool.
Are your kids that dumb? 20 years old, you don't know you need water to boil pasta?
Is that a specific question to me?
Yeah.
Are your kids
Have you actually talked to Dante face to face?
You would think that. I mean, your 20-year-old college kid. You at least you eat top ramen.
Yeah.
You got to put water in
True.
that.
That's
You don't.
true.
I don't know that you have to. It's not a law.
Well, you should. Or
You're
gonna,
sure you
you're gonna have
should.
problems. It's hard to cook without water.
I think they just eat it like crunchy stuff.
Oh, that's true. Some people do eat it
See?
raw, which I find gross.
I
is
find
gross.
gross. Okay.
No, it's actually pretty good. I've eaten it.
Knew it. I knew it.
yeah.
Somewhere.
Well, this is a story that sounds like it's from Florida, but believe it or not, it is not. It is Ohio.
Yeah, same
Oh,
place.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Jacoby Schmidt, age 23, Ashley Corelli, age 22. Sunday afternoon, they decided to get frisky. Adult relations. Well, they were outdoors at the elementary school.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
I was with them up until that
Yeah.
last point there.
Well, Danny, you said, I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
pretty
They
sure.
said they didn't know you couldn't do that.
I'm
Oh,
sure
it's
they're
Sunday.
mistaken.
There's no kids there.
Oh, yeah, there were kids everywhere because what do you see at elementary schools?
Oh, a playground?
Playgrounds.
Yeah, remember that kid beat me at a game of horse?
Yeah.
7-year-old little bastard.
There's always somebody at the playground. There's always somebody at elementary school. And believe it or not, even in Ohio, you cannot have adult relations at the school.
Oh,
the
good to
elementary
know.
school.
Yeah, I don't even get frisky anymore because that's just too much energy. I get kind of meh.
Medics in Indianapolis say there is a new drug trend that is causing a zombie-like reaction, and they're seeing even more and more overdoses. They're starting to warn people in other areas of this problem. They said it is a new drug called KD, and it is made with heavy-duty bug spray like Raid, which is then combined with marijuana, tobacco, or spice. After the user smokes it, they become slow, lethargic, they drool, and have a loss of function.
Derek.
It sounds a little bit like regular marijuana.
Yeah, yeah. Did you say hungry?
Yeah. Can you add hungry in there? Then we're good.
They said they're finding people with their clothes off,
Oh.
eating grass, pulling dirt out of the ground, and trying to eat it.
Oh.
They are seeing dozens of overdoses. So Raid combined with marijuana or spice.
Who figures this stuff out? Who goes, you know what might get us high? Something that kills all sorts of other things.
Well, for one, people who are listening to this show, and Sarah just told them all the main ingredients right there. Just get your Raid and then put your spice and your
you know, because
marijuana.
PCP when I was a kid, it's elephant tranquilizer.
That's hard to come by, though.
What is?
Elephant tranquilizer, I'd imagine?
I would assume. I don't know. I've never
Tougher
looked
than
for it.
Raid.
But it's elephant tranquilizer and what's the other stuff? A kind of poison. Oh, embalming fluid.
Nice.
And then you smoke that.
You're right, though. Who was the guy who first thought that would be
That's
fun?
a good. Well, let's go down to the cemetery and then the zoo.
Well, there's another parent in the news for all the wrong reasons. Thanks to social media, we are finding out about Reda Roslan. Instagram has a video up, you can see it right now, that shows a father completing a bungee jump. Doesn't sound like that big of a deal. Dad bungee jumping.
Good dad, I guess.
Except he is holding his 2-year-old daughter with him.
No.
Now, he's all strapped in.
Right.
And he is holding her.
No.
Stop saying no till we get to the end of the story,
He
Paul.
can't do that.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah, no, I know he can't do that.
Oh, listen, Sarah.
She is wearing a safety harness attaching her to his person.
Oh, you said no before you heard that, didn't you? She's
I'll
wearing a
still
harness.
say no. You're not taking your 2-year-old bungee
now I'm all
jumping.
for it.
They drop 196 feet
No.
into a
Yeah.
gorge below.
Who's
He's-
playing at the gorge?
He says, no big deal. What's the problem? She was wearing all the right gear.
Yeah.
A lot of people who watched this said, hello, she wasn't even wearing a helmet. She could
Well,
have
what are you
hit-
going to wear a helmet for? What's that do? If that thing breaks, your helmet's not going to help you.
It really is just for looks, the
It
helmet.
ends up as kind of a bowl of Danny soup if the thing breaks.
So, Danny, you're okay taking a 2-year-old bungee jumping
Yeah. He
almost
is.
200 feet?
Yeah.
Attached to your person.
Somebody's got a tough rough. It's a rough world out there. Binky. That's
Oh,
her
you
name.
think she's going to learn from
Binky.
the experience?
Yeah.
She'll have fond memories
She's going to
of
say,
it.
I remember when I was bungee jumping when I was 2, and now I'm a corporate CEO.
I'm going to
Thanks,
guess
Dad.
that's not what's happening.
That's what's happening.
He is getting destroyed online. and there is a chance that they will take the child away for endangerment.
What about the company that let a 2-year-old
Oh,
jump?
they're also
Yeah,
in
that's
trouble.
also.
I would
bad.
imagine they're in huge trouble. Like the dad says, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. Maybe has to take a class or two. The company that makes their living throwing babies off a cliff is now probably in some real trouble.
We have got more chances for you to win money for nothing, big bucks just for listening and texting. In fact, you've got a chance at $1,000 every hour, 13 times a day.
13 times a day.
You're just listening for the new keyword, and in less than 25 minutes, you are going to have another chance. Just about 9-10, $1,000 just for texting. Pretty awesome. It's Friday.
I know what that means.
It's time for the Friday Fun Fact.
All right.
Some of you remember back in the year 1999.
Yeah.
Back in the good old days, you could still put a coin into one of 2 million phone booths that were inside of the United States.
Yeah.
Presently, there are only 5% of those left. 100,000 payphones remain. A fifth of them are in New York City.
Oh, that's interesting.
So
And there are
only-
actual phone booths. There's that many phone booths left?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
By
And-
booth, I'll bet she doesn't mean they go all the way from the ground to the roof.
Well, where's Superman going to change clothes
That's
then?
the thing. Superman's screwed, for sure.
95% of Americans now have cell phones in their pockets.
Yeah, it was. They were going to go out of business anyway, but the reason that it was expedite was drug dealers.
Yep.
People would say, "Call me back at this number when you've got my whatever it is that you want me to. When you got my KD spice rack stuff."
Well, they say they likely won't ever go away entirely because there are some places that don't have any cell coverage, and there are still some people who can't afford it.
England's still got them crazy big red ones all over the place.
That's where Superman changes, Paul.
He goes to England, but he gets there and back like in a second. I know 2 people that have one of those crazy big red phone booths in their house.
Oh,
2
really?
different guys.
Wow. Are you one of those guys?
No, I don't know.
You do have like 2 thrones and a guillotine.
Okay, yes. to
So
both
it
of
wasn't
us.
a crazy question
No, fine.
to ask if you had a phone booth. I'm sorry.
News this morning brought to you by Car Toys, but don't leave us because we've got music news coming up, / making a big announcement. Bad news for Celine Dion. And of course, we'll take a look at all the sports stories and all the new movies in theaters next.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples in Woodinville on 405 southbound. As you approach 160th Street, they're seeing a stop-and-go traffic, about a 20-minute delay. And on I-5 southbound between exit 42 and Kelso Avenue, we have an accident blocking the left lane, about a 15-minute delay through there. Staples helps you keep your ink stocked and your business moving all year long. Now trade in your old printer and save up to $80 on a new Epson Ink Eco Tank, including up to 2 years of ink. Ends 3/24. See store or staples.com for details. Restrictions may apply. Staples, it's pro time. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
In music news, Slash says he is in the middle of recording another album with Tori's boyfriend Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. He said they've been in the studio. They are working with producer Elvis Baskett, who also did Slash's last, I don't call it a solo effort, but not with Guns N' Roses.
Side project, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Although, wasn't he in Velvet Underground, too?
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver, that's another
Yeah.
side project. This guy's got a lot of side. This guy is a hexagram. Is that a thing?
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
So y'all remember the drama surrounding Robin Thicke and his smash hit Blurred Lines.
I do, I remember.
He got into a court battle with the family of Marvin Gaye.
That's stupid. He should have paid up right away. Everybody knew.
Well, if y'all don't remember, here is Robin Thicke's version, right? Blurred Lines, this is what it sounds like.
Sounds just like Marvin Gaye.
It does sound just like Marvin.
Is this a remix, Derek?
No, this is T.I.'s part.
Oh.
I love T.I.
All right, so this is the Marvin Gaye song, Got to Give It Up.
Yeah.
We all agreed.
We all agree. Plagiarized. Because I usually disagree. I usually say, no, I don't think he stole that. I think it's similar, but move along. This sounds stolen to me.
Well, a court, once again, has sided with Marvin Gaye's estate and said this song is a ripoff, y'all.
So they sued him twice? Or
He
was it
appealed.
like they sued him, they appealed? Yeah.
Yep, Robin Thicke appealed and has
So
once
you're-
again lost.
You're giving money to the family where the dad shoots the kid. That's how together they are. And you still think, oh, no, the Thicks are a train wreck, man. They stole that song. Give that to those guys. That's what I think. I think it's total theft.
Well, the good news is the appeals court ruling did clear T.I. and Interscope Records of liability. The only person in real big trouble is Robin Thicke. They have been awarded 50% of the royalties.
Wow. And he's
ongoing, or does that go back
Ongoing.
as well?
Back and forward.
Yeah, okay.
You know, he's playing like either right now or just was at the EQC.
Is that right?
Yeah, Robin Thicke.
Celine Dion, bad news for her. She announced on Facebook that her remaining March and all of her April shows in Vegas have been canceled due to an ear condition.
She
She's
can
doing-
hear herself sing.
Oh.
Thank you. You're all week.
Danny, wow. All week, yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
She has a condition called patulous eustachian tube.
Yeah.
A condition in her middle ear. She said she had been taking
She
some-
has a middle ear? Well, no wonder she's sick. The poor lady's deformed.
Right in the forehead.
Right in the forehead with her inner ear or whatever it is. What if she had ESP and had one of that third eye? It's all crazy with that Canadian.
She says her tour, her residency in Vegas is supposed to resume on May 22nd. Canceled performances will be refunded. So bad news for people who plan
Yeah.
a trip to Vegas around this.
And it's still a sellout show.
Yep.
It's still a big ticket show.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Nobody plans their trip to Vegas around Celine Dion, but they absolutely
do.
Yeah.
There's a couple of shows where they do that.
Yeah.
Wayne Newton, that's what I do.
Oh, me too.
Wayne Newton's awesome. 75 years
Wayne
old,
Newton?
still playing.
Everybody would do.
everybody would do
Okay,
Wayne Newton.
first of all, everyone would do
Yeah,
Wayne Newton,
who
so
wouldn't
let's get
do
that
Wayne
out of the
Newton?
way.
Are you crazy?
That's not what we were saying, but we do agree.
Yeah, since you brought it up. I don't even know what we're saying now. Oh, yeah, 75 years old, still wails on the banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Fantastic.
that guy. Dankeschön. Thank you.
Comedian and producer Byron Allen has acquired the Weather Channel as he is looking to expand his film and TV production company into major media business. He bought the network from Blackstone Group, Bain Capital, and Comcast for a price tag that looks to be about $300 million.
You must buy it from Bain, the Comcast. If that were better Bain, that joke would have been way funnier.
That might have been the worst Bane
That's
you've
the only
ever
Bane
done.
I got, man.
I can't think of a single thing that would have made that joke funny.
Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Especially if anybody's watching on Danny TV, KZOK.com.
Are you strangling Scooby-Doo?
Daniels. See, that's commentary and weather.
Fantastic.
It's Stormy and Daniels.
Is he going to keep it the Weather Channel, or is he flipping it to something
He's
else?
going to keep it the Weather Channel.
Will he make it
Byron-
funny?
Byron Allen was on like That's Amazing. That's Incredible, maybe, back in the 70s and or 80s. And then it went away. And he didn't. He kept doing stuff like this. He was one of those guys that would interview you at the movies, except he'd buy late night time and make it look like he had a nighttime talk show.
Oh, wow.
So you got to give it to the guy.
Well, they said when there's a big storm, it's like the Super Bowl of weather. As many as 30 million people will watch And as we know, this has been a particularly rough winter for the East Coast. They're getting a lot of viewers. Also, 60 Minutes, CBS have announced that the interview with adult film star Stormy Daniels, who allegedly had an affair with President Trump years ago, will be broadcast this Sunday at 7. The network said that Daniels talked to Anderson Cooper about the relationship she had with Donald Trump in 2006 and 2007. She has plenty of details. This will be the first and only television interview where she will speak about the alleged relationship.
Now, can't they sue her for $1 million every time she says stuff about this?
Because of the non-disclosure agreement?
It says $1 million in it. It says right there on the dotted line, $1 million, everything. So first I heard they're going after $20 million already.
Yeah. Well, there's an ongoing court case that, one, they're trying to get money, and two, she's trying to get out of the non-disclosure. But
yep.
Tons of people are going to tune in for this. Do you think he's going to take credit on Monday for the ratings? Because look how huge I was on 60 Minutes. I'm the best on 60 Minutes.
Maybe not on Monday, but yes, I bet you that does happen.
Failing 60 Minutes, finally, got some ratings because of me.
Y'all remember the movie Backdraft?
Yeah, love that movie.
Very, very good movie. I think we're all going to agree about that one.
Yeah, I will.
Sure.
We don't agree about a lot.
Today, we've been very agreeable. Usually, I'm super disagreeable, but today, very agreeable.
I mean, I'm not staying up nights over Backdraft. It was okay. It had Kurt Russell in it.
Okay,
That's good enough
now
for me.
we're sliding. We're not going to agree on it. Danny doesn't like Backdraft.
No, I do.
Best films ever.
I don't agree with that. All right, fair enough.
It was released in 1991. It was directed by Ron Howard. Yes, it was starring the super handsome Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, and more. And they said Backdraft 2 is underway.
Oh, you'd think that'd be out by now.
Yeah, it's about time. I've been standing in line, actually. Well, if you want to go see Backdraft 2 and you don't have money for your ticket, we can help you out with that. With $1,000, you could take a bunch of your friends to see Backdraft 2. I know that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Take all my friends to see Backdraft 2. KZOK.com to find out all the details.
Yeah, they should be texting now, though, right?
Yeah, text now.
Awesome.
200-200.
There was a huge building fire on the set of Bruce Willis and Ed Norton's latest movie, and this morning we are finding out a firefighter lost his life.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Battling this blaze. This is a movie called Motherless Brooklyn, and there was a fire that started in the basement where they were shooting. It was not supposed to catch on fire. It wasn't like a movie scene.
It wasn't Backdraft 2.
Correct. But sadly, they are now sending out condolences to this man's family.
The whole building, is the whole building in the movie?
Is the whole building in the movie?
Like, is it one big giant set? Are there people living in it, working in it?
I have no idea the premise of this movie. I don't know.
No, I just mean, is it
about
directly their fault, or is it something? Could it have been something else?
Oh, it could have been anything. It could have been an electrical fire.
Yeah, they could have been shooting a scene in just one portion of the building, and someone else was doing
Somebody was
something.
cooking noodles or something in the other one. Right.
They have no idea the cause of this fire at this point.
I love me some Bruce Willis, but what do we know about Ed Norton?
That he is extremely boring.
The most boring man in the world. You hear this guy's boring, and I say, doesn't he Academy Award or something? Doesn't he love this
Fine
guy?
actor,
I'll
yeah.
have him on the show. You can. Nice to be here. Oh, shut up.
Let's take a look at sports. Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY, 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Starting with news of the Seahawks. Tom Johnson is headed to town. The veteran defensive tackle is signing with the Seattle Seahawks a one-year deal worth up to $2.7 million.
All right.
He has been in arena football. He has been in NFL Europe. He has been in the CFL. He has been with the Saints, the Vikings, and now the Seahawks.
This guy cannot
Welcome.
keep a job.
Yeah.
And Mike Davis is signing as well. He will be agreeing to a one-year deal with the Seahawks. He tested free agency, but has signed with the Seahawks. He is the leading rusher for the Seahawks other than Russell Wilson.
Which is sad for two things. One, why is your quarterback the leading rusher?
Right.
And two, why do we not really know who the guy is
Mike
who was
Davis.
the leading rusher?
Yeah.
Like when earlier we talked about Mike Davis, we said, who?
Yeah, we did.
Right.
More people know Mac Davis, and he's been dead for like 20 years.
The Seahawks had traded for C.J. Smith, the Cleveland Browns. We decided to give a 7th-round draft pick for the 2020 in order to get C.J. Smith. Well, that deal has been nullified. We are still waiting to find out why, but nullified trades tend to be the result of a failed physical. We should find out a little bit more about why we will no longer be getting C.J. Smith. On to baseball. The Mariners beat the Rangers in spring training ball yesterday 5-4. They will play today 1:05 versus the White Sox. And next Thursday is when the regular season starts. We'll be playing the Indians 7:10 Safeco Field. Go Mariners.
Go Mariners. We will have tickets next week, too, to give away, not only to opening day, but several pairs of tickets to give away to opening weekend. So
look at us. Woohoo.
All next week we'll have baseball tickets.
All right, thank you.
It's that Tyler dude.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler. He's always got, ever since he started working here, he's got tickets to everything.
It's fantastic.
Look at him go. And kind of attractive in a weird way.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a pretty
Do you know he's listening, right?
gentleman, yeah.
I just want some free tickets to the Rotorama. That's all, man.
Miguel Cabrera. If you follow baseball, you know Miguel Cabrera. He is a bit of a beast. His nickname is Miggy.
Miggy, yeah.
He has been with the Detroit Tigers for quite a while now. He is 35 years old. In baseball years, he's a grandpa. He has been playing in the majors for probably 16 years at this point. He has said he does not know the names of any of his teammates.
I'd go with Steve. That's what I usually do.
He goes with bro.
Bro, what's up, bro?
He said, I have been playing for Detroit for 10 years. I don't know their names.
All right, somebody's taking a beating on this. I don't know who it is. Is the teammates for being aloof? Is it him for just being standoffish? Is it
It's
him for
him.
having a drug addict problem?
He can't remember anybody's name. Torrey Hunter. He is a legend
We're all
in baseball.
Tory hunters.
Torrey.
Seriously.
How do you not know a man whose name is Torrey with two eyes? Ian Kinsler, his teammate for years, has no idea what his name is. So he calls everybody bro. And his teammates know and think it's hilarious.
I think it's hilarious. I kind of respect him for it. Like, we're in a new building here. We have a bunch of new coworkers. I don't want to learn any of their names. This is awesome. He's been there for 10 years and doesn't know a single person's name.
That's a good call because I don't know anybody here in the halls. Would it sound weird if I started saying that?
What up, bro? Hey, bro.
What up, bro?
What is wrong with you? I know all of their names and their birthdays, their astrological signs, and the names of their wives, except the chicks. I know their husbands.
You thought that one guy's name was, what was he calling him? Elon.
Yeah, and you
I stand by that.
Almost a daily basis, you ask me, who was that? And I go, your boss. That was your boss right there. The person you work for.
Apparently, I do know his wife's name is his birthday. I just don't get his name.
On to NCAA basketball.
Yeah.
Heartbreak for Gonzaga. They lost in the Sweet 16 to Florida State. Their season comes to an end 75-60.
It is a bummer for Gonzaga, and obviously we're all bummed, but it does blow up Scott Vanderpool's bracket, so that makes me happy.
That part's good. Now, it's been all about the underdogs. This has been a very unusual NCAA season with so many underdogs winning. And it's all about that. What's the lady's name? Sister Mary Joseph.
Sure.
They're going to come out with a bobblehead for her. She's what do you call it? A sister, a nun.
A nun?
At one of the religious schools.
Yeah.
And they said she is like the hero of
She's
the NCAA tournament.
The patron saint of bracketology.
She is the team mascot, so to speak. And that they're going to have a bobblehead night for her. This is Loyola Chicago.
They're going to have a Sister Mary Catherine bobblehead night?
Yep.
All right.
69-68 they won yesterday.
I don't mean to burst your bubble. You realize if you say hi to her, she might say God bless you.
True.
I don't mind somebody saying God bless you if I'm not in a fast food restaurant.
It's just
and he
a
has
habit.
said to me,
Is
the Lord with you today?
That's a pun. See, you do know what a pun is.
I don't think that's a pun.
It's exactly a
I
pun.
think you're
the king
wrong
of
about what
puns.
puns are.
No.
The gardener had to be there in time. I get that.
Yeah, that's a pun.
What I just said is just genius comedy.
Is that what you're
Also
calling
pun,
it?
Yeah. I would go more so pun, but
Shut up.
genius pun.
Yeah.
On to NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is sticking by one of his favorite treats to eat. I think there's something wrong with Dale Earnhardt Jr. personally.
He shouldn't eat it anymore?
Banana and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's terrible. I was going to take a side.
I mean, normally you say I'd try it, but I don't know that I'd try it.
Oh, I'd try it for sure. I'd try it.
Banana mayonnaise.
Do you eat mayonnaise?
Yeah, sure.
Do you eat bananas?
Yep.
Yeah, then you may have to be able to tolerate it at least.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'd try it because why, but if somebody asked me to, if there was $5 on it, I'd try it for sure.
Yeah, I guess if somebody was right here and they said, no, you don't understand, it's seriously the best thing ever.
Seriously, the best thing ever is the Angry Fish Jam
Yeah,
that
it is.
Earl and
100%,
Cindy
yeah.
Bricker brought us. They are in studio with us this morning. Thank you again for bringing that in.
Friends of the show, we love you guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Usually it's some kind of, there's laws against trading time on the microphone in exchange for stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, arrest me right now. This jam is the best ever.
Facebook.com/angryfishedmonds.
Really, not kidding around. They're spiced. They're like jalapeno in it. They're amazing. You should go
Yeah,
check it
they
out.
have habanero. And do you guys have, is it scorpion pepper that you're doing with one right now?
We do a peach mango scorpion pepper.
Yum.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
I'm just having the straight up Marionberry. I thought that was delicious too.
Really good. And you guys do jams with like raspberry vanilla. That's one of my favorites.
Raspberry vanilla, peach mango, ginger.
Yeah.
Yum.
Oh, I like
So
the
good.
ginger.
It's Friday.
I know what that means.
We've got new movies in theaters. We've got lots of new movies in theaters, including one that Ozzy Osbourne is in.
Really?
Yeah. He is alongside James McAvoy, Michael Caine, Emily Blunt.
Nice. I will give you it for the attempt.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
I really can't remember why we say it that way. But
It's from that movie, The Dinner, The Trip. The Trip.
The Trip?
Those two comics, and they just insist on doing Michael Caine impersonation.
Michael Caine.
Hey, pass me those rolls. Michael Caine.
Johnny Depp, Mary J. Blige also star in this animated film, Sherlock Gnomes.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some commercials. A couple of the jokes are real funny.
This is the beloved garden gnomes from Romeo and Juliet. They are back for a whole new adventure, this time in London with Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Sherlock Gnomes. Derek, what does Rotten Tomatoes have to say?
Nobody likes it. 33% rotten.
Bummer.
Rotten.
I think it's because everybody hates Johnny Depp.
Entirely possible.
Nobody roots for that guy anymore.
Pacific Rim is back. Pacific Rim Uprising. This is an action science film. This time around, it is John Boyega and Scott Eastwood with a whole lot of people who you never heard of.
Right.
PJ-13, Pacific Rim. The first one was unbelievably stupid.
I didn't like the first one, but then I guess I'm not in charge.
But that's just our opinion. Now, this will once again, the super machines trying to get rid of the aliens. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
Yeah. Big crazy aliens.
People liked it. Pacific Rim Uprising. What are they saying about Part 2?
Screw the critics and you people. I love Pacific Rim. 46% rotten.
I think did we get 2 reviews in one right there?
I think so.
Did we get the reviews that people pay money to be reviewed? And did we get, here's how Derek feels about this?
Yes,
and what
you
does he
did.
mean, you people? By the
What
way?
does that mean, you people?
Derek, you really did like that movie?
That's one of my favorite movies, like action sci-fi movies. I love it.
The original Pacific Rim?
Yeah, and I can't wait to see the second one. I'm going to go to see it at IMAX.
So yet another reason for no one to watch it.
Yeah, please don't. I want the IMAX to be empty so I can be alone.
I'm pretty sure handsome Charlie Hunnam starred in the first one. Idris Elba as well. Good actors.
Yeah.
I think it did really well at the box office.
I think so,
Well,
too.
they're making it again for a reason.
Yeah. Jim Caviezel could not get enough of playing Jesus Christ. He is back. This time the movie...
Oh, that's what Jesus does. He just keeps coming back. He can't stop. He's like a bad penny, that Jesus.
Well, this time around it is Paul. I'm not talking to you. It's the movie Paul.
Oh, no, it's a great name, though.
Paul the Apostle.
Apostle of Christ. That is the name of this drama.
That's actually my full name. But
Paul Apostle of
we
Christ.
Shortened
Yeah.
it to the butcher. Just I don't know. Sounded
do
better.
they put out a spoiler alert? Because most people know
the
what's going to
story?
happen to this guy.
Well, Luke, as a friend and physician, risks his life when he ventures into the city of Rome to visit Paul, who is held captive in Nero's darkest, bleakest prison cell. But Nero is determined to rid Rome of Christians and does not flinch from executing them in the grisliest way possible. Before his death, Luke resolves to write another book, and this is The Way and the birth of what we know as the Church. So a little bit of a religious movie,
Yeah, a little bit.
safe to say. What are the reviewers saying about Paul, Apostle of Christ?
Paul is an awful apostle.
Close enough.
25% rotten.
Oh.
I think he did that on purpose, but I'm not sure.
There is a rated R movie which is directed by Stanley Tucci,
Oh.
starring Jeffrey
Stanley
Rush
Runke was busy.
and Armie Hammer and Tony Shalhoub. It is a biography called
That's
Final
a pun, man.
You don't know
Portrait.
anything.
Sorry.
Focus,
What's
people.
happening? Yeah.
In 1964, while on a short trip to Paris, an American writer, James Lord, is asked by a girlfriend to sit with an artist for a portrait. And then a touching relationship ensues. A biography. Final portrait. What are they saying, Derek?
Paint me like one of your French girls. 78% fresh.
Wow. Paint me like one of your French girls. I like that.
Isn't that a quote from a movie?
Yeah.
I think so.
From
We have a lot of
Titanic.
movies coming out. A couple more.
But that's not this movie. That's a totally different movie.
Yeah, still
I
fun.
Killed Giants. Action adventure starring Zoe Saldana and Imogen Poots.
Is it a football movie?
It is not.
Oh.
It is not I Killed the New York Football Giants.
Oh, totally
This
different.
is a graphic novel coming to life. Giants, destruction of a small town. What do the reviewers have to say about I Killed Giants?
Well, this movie stars Zoe Saldana, and Zoe Saldana gives me a giant something. 78% fresh.
I think you're kind of fast and loose with the word giant.
Yes.
You haven't seen it.
Well, there you go. Wes Anderson has a new movie coming out. Wes Anderson, known for his super quirky movies.
Yeah.
You remember that one with George Clooney and the Foxes? The Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
This looks like that. It's the
Isn't
stop
he the guy
motion.
with the most bitchin' hotel in India or whatever
Yes.
it's called? That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Most bitchin' hotel in India.
Something like that.
He did the
And
weird...
then when they did the sequel, they did the most super whammy
Yeah,
bitchin' hotel in India.
The very best, most good hotel.
Yeah.
The Grand Budapest.
Yeah. I like the first one. The second one was stupid.
You guys are talking about two totally
Yeah, we
different movies
absolutely
for the
are,
record.
yeah.
Danny's
We are?
talking about one where they go to India and it's a bunch of old
Right.
people. He's talking about the one that is absolutely flipping hilarious and quirky and stars a bunch of young people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about Isle of Dogs. This is a new Wes Anderson movie that stars Yoko Ono.
The very best exotic marigold motel.
That's the
Yeah.
one Danny's talking about.
Not motel. It can't be
Focus, people.
motel.
Bryan Cranston, Greta Gerwig, Jeff Goldblum, Liev Schreiber, Harvey Keitel, Bill Murray, Edward Norton, and Yoko Ono.
I like all those people. Well,
I
no,
like
I
all
like
those
almost
people.
all those people.
Like some of those people.
Yeah.
Derek, what do the reviewers have to say about Isle of Dogs?
Oh, but they're not people. They're
Will you
dogs.
shut up?
No, you shut up.
That's going to be a good show.
doggone fantastic. 93% fresh.
Okay, that's
Wow.
what I shut up for. That's what let's feature that. Let's everybody stop talking so we can do that.
That was amazing. I liked it.
Lastly, Unsane stars Claire Foy. This is a Steven Soderbergh movie, rated R, thriller suspense. Trauma of a woman who has been stalked. She relocates for a new life and things don't go well. Thriller suspense, scary movie, Unsane. Derek, what do the reviewers have to say?
Everyone knows crazy chicks are the most fun. 80%
Wow,
fresh.
nice. And I totally agree with that, by the way.
Oh,
Did you
I
say
know.
80?
80%.
Wow. Okay. Who would have thunk it? Tori has put all of these trailers up at KZOK.com because, as I said, a lot of movies in theaters. And
Is it one of those movies called Tory Hunting or Hunting Tory? Something like that.
Tory Hunter is a
Yeah.
baseball player.
Yeah, but same thing.
Same thing.
And the name of Tory are Tory's fans.
Tory Hunters.
Right.
Tory Hunters.
Right.
Yes. And if you are
I don't know that we should
Tory,
encourage that.
Yeah, no, I
No.
think it's a bad idea.
if you are hunting Tory, you can go to KZOK.com and click on Tory's turntable. There she is, right there for you.
That'll do it. I'm pretty sure.
Thanks again to our guests, Earl and Cindy Bricker of Angry Fish Jam. Facebook.com/Angry Fish Edmonds. You guys, your jam is delicious. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do strangers on the street just come up to you and say it must be jelly because jam don't shake like that? Or is that just me? Nah, it happened on. Look at Earl. He's out of his mind. Earl's wrestling with his conscience even as he speak. You know who's going to come in the door? And I will no, I can't do it. Is there going to be a bite for Steve Slayton?
I was going to say something about shaken and jelly and jam.
Because I am not leaving him any of the strawberry habanero. I'm just not doing it. Hopefully there'll be something.
We'll rustle up something
He's
for
going to
him.
walk in this door and play a lot of classic rock and roll because that's just what he does. We will get out of his way. Have a great weekend and bye.
This traffic report is brought to you by Taco Bell on I-5 southbound between exit 42 and Kelso Avenue. We have an accident blocking the left lane.